You guys hit that Cash App so dadgum hard. It was crazy. It made people upset. They are just running around pissed off. You got it up to $2,000. So I zeroed it out. And we started back, and then somebody came in and already threw 113 on it, but we zeroed it out. And the first person to jump on was my man Guiltless. Guiltless. He jumped in and put 113 on it. Anybody else who would like to donate to this marathon of shows I'm doing, you can. Remember, guys, the more you put in, the more I fucking work. I work for my money. Damn it. How do you watch on Instagram? I don't know, but let me see if I can put it on Instagram. Thank you for reminding me, because I forgot I was going to go live on Instagram. And now I'll go live, but let them know that they'd have to come over here to watch the whole thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a young lady who's on the show, and her name is Lovely the Great. Tiffany put something in there. Taliban put something in there. I see y'all still hitting that Cash App this morning. Lovely the Great had a video where she was talking to a woman, and that woman was really upset with me, as well as all three of the ladies. And I'm going to give Lovely the Great an opportunity to be able to come onto the show and talk to me about it. Thank you, Dion, putting 5 on it. To talk to me about what her issue was. Let her ask me whatever question, not only in that her issue in that video, because it sounded like she had a lot of issues with me, which centered around how I speak about Black women. Hello, everyone over there on Instagram. If you are watching, remember, you can always come over and watch the show right here at Random Randomness, or on the website at tjskoc.com. I hope I went live on the right channel. I can't remember if I'm live on the right channel. Shit, I don't know. If it's the right channel, then great. Which channel is that? If you guys over there on Instagram could tell me, what channel are you guys watching it on? Because I'm not really sure. I'm hoping it's the right channel. But let's go. And I think what I'm going to do, and I'll ask Lovely, would it make more sense if I just go ahead and play the video?
Good morning, Tommy. Good morning to all of your subscribers in the chat. Hello, 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 hello. It's your girl, Lovely the Great. How y'all doing? Okay, Tommy, I think that would be, that would be good if you were to play that live stream so everybody can see where this all spiraled from.
Okay. I think so guys, I'm going to play it. This was a news, and I heard it. I did this story, and the title is called "Woman Asked for $10,000 on GoFundMe for a child she lost back in 1996. Then I asked, would you donate?" So this video was done on January the 12th, 2019. Here's the video. We're going to go ahead and let that play. And I want to let you guys, I want you guys to give your opinion on it as well. And then we're going to hear from her, and we're going to do our one-on-one. So here goes. Guys, I'm Tommy Sotomayor, and as you know, I'll be performing tonight in Atlanta, Georgia. VIP started 6. Regular show started about 7:15. What I'm going to do is give away 4 during this show. 4 tickets, free tickets, to whoever wants to come to attend the show on my behalf, of course. Now you got to do is email me. To get my email, go to the website at sotomayortv.com, Sotomayor ENT, or TommySotomayor.com. Look under the contacts and email me and tell me that you want to come to the show live tonight in Atlanta, and I will immediately send you tickets. 4 free tickets, sponsored by Desi. And now I want to talk about a subject that's crazy to me. A subject about a woman who's asking people on GoFundMe for money for her child. And this is not a hoax, because the woman's an actual YouTuber as well. Her child died in 1996. Let's break some cold cases.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to TNN News, Raw and Uncut, with your host, Tom Sotomayor.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tommy Sotomayor, and this is going to be really quick. Again, I look forward to seeing you guys tonight. And if you can't see me tonight, don't worry. We're going to come back on Super Bowl Sunday and have an entire day where you guys will be able to come and see me live here in Atlanta. I'm looking forward to it. The tickets will go on sale tomorrow, not today. But if you'd like to buy some of the final remaining tickets today to see me in Atlanta, Georgia, make sure you go to the website and do that. Now, this story is crazy to me. It is a woman who says that her child died back in 1996. And someone sent this to me and they wanted me to do it. And I couldn't believe what I was reading. So what I want to do now, and I'm not even set up for this. Like, I'm supposed to be getting ready to go to do my damn show. But I could not. I as the old people in the South say, I couldn't hold my mule on this one. What I want to do is show you guys this woman who is a YouTuber who decided that the best thing for her to do is solicit money from people and ask them for this money. And I'm going to let you guys see it to let you know I'm not making this up. This is real. This is real. This is like Tel Aviv is real. So I'm going to scroll down here, let you guys see it. There it goes. So right now she is asking for $10,000. 9 people have donated to her and it's been up for 1 month, as you can see. Let's scroll down and see. The girl's name is Lexus. This little girl here that you see, her name is Lexus. Let's read exactly what she's asking money for. She says Lexus Simone was murdered in 1996. It's 96, 2006, 2016. That would have been 20 years. Tack on 3 years, 2 years, and some months. So that would probably be 22 years. We don't know exactly when the kid died. Was murdered in 1996. But she's using GoFundMe today to get $10,000, and let's see what it's for. Lexus Simone was murdered in 1996 as she laid in her home sleeping. A home invasion claimed the life of my precious angel. In the process, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just really strange to me that we just don't even try to write correctly. And again, these are our people who, black women are our ones that's telling everybody how they're just raising these kids a certain way. And it's like the most unintelligent of us are raising the children. In the process of being prepared for burial, period. What? So Lexus Simone was murdered in 1996 as she laid in her home sleeping. A home invasion claimed the life of my precious angel, period. But there's no breaking up of that sentence. Then you put in the process of being prepared for burial, all capital letters, then another period. Her organs were not with her body. I've wondered, prayed, questioned, just Jesus Christ. No punctuation at all. Others only to come up with hurt feelings. I am not financially stable enough to hire a lawyer to get the answers I need. The closure in my life. Whatever you can give will be greatly appreciated. Angel Lexus Simone Floyd, Mother K. Taylor. Mother's a YouTuber, guys, and I'm going to float on over here and let you guys hear what she's writing. She writes a lot of things. Her YouTube name is Queen Miko Truth Seeker. That's what it says. Her government given name is, I had it a minute ago. Her government given name is Kimiko, K-I-M-M-I-E-K-O, Floyd Taylor. Let's hear what Kimiko has to say when she's giving shouts out to her. Says, thank you, love for Lexus. And she's been doing this a lot over the past 4 months about a kid that died in 1996. Let's hear what she has to say.
Emotional, but I'm just sitting back looking at all the bullshit that everybody just feeding into. Who gives a fuck if you into with somebody? Just let that shit go. Let it go. Behind this, and the one that's really confusing me behind this is my daughter's death. The killers got picked up, some of them, but not all. And it's just a lot of unanswered stuff. It's a lot of strange shit that been going on. And to those of you I have, wrote back, I would like for us to get together and kind of like form a little alliance so we can go and see and y'all can tell me what I need to do, because I do not know all the ins and outs to getting what I need, and you know, just far as getting the information to put it out there to see what really happened. So I thank you all for responding back. Thank you, and much love. And I'll be back sometime today. Can't make no promises, because I also lost a son in '99. November 22nd will be his birthday. He passed away Thanksgiving morning.
So I didn't lie. Y'all, she said I lied when I said she lost a son. She just said she lost a son. What the fuck, man?
And it still bothers
Hey, Truffle, yeah, my mic working.
children. Death still
Oh, Jesus
taunt me,
Christ.
man. I mean, I ain't gonna say taunt me, but I'm heartbroken. My heart will forever be broken. I know it will. That's why you don't see me trying to run and jump in a relationship. And different ones that I asked to email me or get back in touch with me, that's what I wanted. I was not on no dating tip or whatever, you know. I play back. I'm still human, but only way I can have peace and have a relationship is to find out what actually happened to my kid, man. Why did she come back without her organs? I'm not understanding that. But it's the one thing that stuck with me, because they still had her attached to, you know, the life support machine when they brought her in there to see me instead. I mean, you would think that this is the last time that I would see her with warmth on her, that they would have, you know, took all that off. They didn't. And a little bit I'm learning is more and more towards that damn organ trafficking shit. All right, y'all. See you later. Love y'all.
Now, guys, this woman is talking about relationships, dating people. She had one child killed in 96, another child killed in 1999. She said they still... Now, y'all know both these women sat there and lied and said that I made it up, so we'll get to it. Both of those women sat there and made a video going off on me. He should have got his story straight. He should have got his story straight. Guys, is my fucking story straight?
I wonder what brung them to
Is my
even
fucking
have this
story
conversation.
straight?
'Cause it seems
I
like this
repeated
video was
everything
made
that this
long time
motherfucker
ago.
said.
And can you hear me now, Truffle?
Taunt her, I guess she meant haunt her, and she says that she
Oh,
believes
have a
something's
good
wrong
day, Ash.
because they came back without their organs, but this was 1996, yet in 2019, she's asking for money, for people to give her money, so apparently she can go dig up this whole cold case, no pun intended, and then she can figure out what happened to her kid organs back in 1996. You put your kid in a position to where your kid would be live in a place where they were asleep and would be murdered. And you actually had a second kid that was murdered. So you had two of them. Doesn't make you a bad parent, but when you're asking for justice in 2019 and you said you can't sleep because they took your
Jacqueline
kid's organs,
Studio, great seeing you. What you been up to?
what about the people who killed your kid? Unless the hospital was a part of killing your kid, even if they took your kid's organs to save someone else's life, how is that problematic to you? I'm not even trying to be funny, but how's that problematic? They didn't kill your kid, and I'd understand that if they did it, because it would look like, you know, it's this whole ring to try and get these organs, but somebody else killed your kid. Not saying that it's right that they took your kid's organs if that's what happened, but how can you find that out 23 years later? I want to know from you guys, how many of you guys would donate to a cause like this? And again, it's not, hasn't raised a bunch of money. She's raised a total of $358 since then. So she hasn't raised a bunch of money, but the question has to be, who would actually donate to this? And she's been talking about this for a while. And again, her name is Queen Miko
I'm not sure why it's muffled,
on
but again,
YouTube.
not
And
really
I wasn't
trying to
looking for
talk
her. I didn't know
too
she
much.
had a channel
As they have their
until I looked up
one-on-one.
the mother's name to try and find out if I could see some pictures of her. And then, of course, I scrolled down Lexus Organs Day 2. It's a
It
video
also could
here.
be while I have my
Lexus
game
Organs
playing.
with smiley faces. I don't know what that's about. It's weird. Thank you, love and peace, Lexus. So she's been trying to get on this, but in the same breath, granting my little reasons for living, attention, fuck you Friday, just the titles that she have, fuck you Jeff and bitches.
Jacqueline,
This
do
is
we
the
know
problem
each
to me
other?
with our black women. Our black women are like just straight up dudes. They speak like dudes. Femininity is something that's optional, and it's usually an option that they don't take. So I just find it very strange that we have to deal with this, as far as this is Mother Earth for us. But I want to know from you guys, like, has this GoFundMe thing gotten really stupid where you could say something like, hey, my kid died back in 1996. I think they took the organs from the kid, and I want to find out today. So give me $10,000 and I can find out. This is something you can easily get a lawyer to take pro bono, ma'am, if you believe that this happened, even though there's this weird gap that will make it very difficult to find this out. But you can easily find a lawyer. You can easily go to the news stations, but instead you're going to the YouTube and the Facebook and all these communities, asking them to give you money so then you can transfer it over to some kind of lawyer. I think it's really sad that these people are using the deaths of their children like this, but maybe that's just the way I see it. How do you guys see it? Talk to me. I'm Tommy Sotomayor. Fuck you and good night. Damn. Okay, y'all. That was the video. Many people know how I speak about black women or when I'm going off on videos. But this one, I didn't go off. I wasn't animated. I didn't talk a bunch of shit. And first off, thank you, Tracy and Cosmic Flow, set for the morning shift. Thank all of you guys who hit that Cash App. If you like the truth I just told, hit that Cash App. Hit it. We got 1.7 million people in the building. Y'all know y'all got to do better than that with clicking that like. If y'all are getting ready to enjoy a good show, click the like so we can bring more people over here because the young lady's about to come in. But I'm just curious. What did I say that was wrong? I didn't cuss. I didn't call her out her name because I was really sad about this. Like, I was like, I don't understand this. I said exactly what she said. And then she said, I cry for all of my children who I've lost. That just sounds like a horrible mom. She made all those videos. She's taking them down since then. I couldn't have been that wrong. But we're going to bring the young lady in right now to come in. So, young lady, you can go ahead and unmute. And if you want to do video, that would be great as well. But
Hi, everybody. Okay, I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm not the lady who had the child who died. Okay, I'm
yes, you are the lady
live.
who did the video that we were listening to for the past 2 hours. They understand that.
Okay, I didn't know y'all were listening to it. I was woke up. Someone sent me a message on Messenger, and it was like, "What's going on?"
No.
And
Let's
they
get into
showed-
it though. No. I understand. We don't need to get back into what brought you here. I just want to get direct to it. If you
Okay.
can. So,
Okay.
So here we
So
go.
we're gonna get direct to it.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, when Queen Miko was on YouTube talking about what happened with her daughter, and at the time I consider her my YouTube godmother, along with the other ladies that were on the panel. Since then, we're no longer even talking. However, but at that time, she said to us, she came to us and she was like, she on her own, nobody asked her to do this, reached out to you via email and asked you if you would cover her story and if you would get the word out about what happened with her daughter. And she was saying that she was trying to find out what happened to her daughter's organs because
I just want you to know that's not how I got it. That's literally not how I got the story. I didn't get it from her.
Right, but that's what she told us. She said she emailed you. She said she was a subscriber of yours, a big supporter. I wasn't. I didn't watch you back then, so I didn't really know too much about you, but I had heard of you and I had seen, little clips, someone else had played about you. But she on her own went over and emailed you, sent you some information about what happened to her daughter. This is what she told me. And, the other three ladies. That
I'm not doubting that she did it. I'm pretty sure she probably did it or whatever, but actually it's not where I did not get it from her.
Okay. Go yeah, she told us that she sent you some information and when she saw the title that you had up and you had her daughter and all that up there, she thought you were going to be saying, like telling your people to go and show some support and stuff like that. But it was more like, would you donate to her because her daughter's been dead for 20 something years? Now, I'm not defending her at this point because after all of that, me opening my platform up so she can do, speak on, how she felt like you did her, your subscribers, more so your subscribers, because they were the ones calling her all kinds of crackheads and saying that this is a crack thing and this is a dope fiend stuff and move and all this stuff like that. It was like thousands of comments. This is what she wanted to address. And I went to your comments and I said, hey, Tommy Sotomayor, I'm about to go live. I would love for you to come on the panel. There should be a comment somewhere in those thousands of comments.
It's actually 1,272 comments.
Okay, so somewhere in there,
so it could be hundreds, but it can't be thousands.
Okay, I actually came over there and commented, and I said, I'm going to do a live stream. I would love for you to come up, but you didn't see it. So when I went live, I actually put your name in the title to catch your attention. At that time, I didn't know how to do I didn't know that you can do the @ and it would literally you would get that. But anyway, I did put your name in the title and I went live and we were discussing basically what she told us because we didn't have any way of knowing how everything went down. But she said she reached out to you. She was a supporter of yours and she was hurt that you did the video and had everybody.
Can I stop you right there?
Can
I stop you right there then? So if she was a supporter of mine, why did y'all sit there and talk shit about me and talk about you don't know how anybody could listen to me? Ain't none but white folks listen to me. I'm an Uncle Ruckus. Both y'all sit there and agreed on that one. How can a woman go from being a supporter of mine to I'm an Uncle Ruckus and don't none but white people listen to me and my corny ass show? Please, I would love to hear you explain that. Because wouldn't it sound weird that a man who was trying...
How she went from being a supporter of yours and saying it, but I can explain why I said it.
Oh, no. Ma'am, if she told you, let me ask you something. If a person came on my show and told me how your pussy stink and how ugly you were, and you were able to produce, but they also told me, well, it used to be my girlfriend and I was in love with her. You don't think I would question that? That the individual went from they loved you to they hate you. You wouldn't want me to question that?
Right. And that's exactly what I did. I asked her. No, you didn't.
I said, when you were on air, we heard it. We heard the whole show. Ma'am, we heard the whole show. I may not have done it
on the panel, but I did it on the phone call that I had.
We heard the whole show. So if you did it on the phone call, it would have been nice if you did it on the panel. You're the same woman who was on that panel doing what? Telling people how they need to be upfront. That's what you said. They need to give all the information. Yet you sat right there on that panel, being the one running it, and now telling me that you talked to her before you went on. And you knew she was a fan and you knew she was a supporter, but you allowed that woman to then turn around and say, none but white people listen to him. Rich white people and racist people. He's an Uncle Ruckus. Now, you being a person running the platform did not stop and say, well, ma'am, you actually were a fan. So it's weird that you would say what you're saying now. I get that you're mad at him, but you shouldn't be mad at him and now saying retroactively that anybody who listened to him ain't shit when you were a fan. That's what you would have done if you were a responsible journalist and doing exactly what you said in that video, which was bringing the facts and not speculating. Is that true or false?
That may be true. However,
maybe. Would it be true of what you said?
I'm not a journalist, okay? At that time, I was acting on behalf of her being my friend.
Right. So because she was your friend, you felt it was okay. So because she was your friend, you felt it was okay to slander my name.
No, I didn't slander your name.
Yes, you did.
On what I knew.
You didn't speak on what you knew. What you knew was she was a fan. You knew it. You knew she was a supporter. You didn't speak on that. You ignored that. You did not let your audience, who sat right there when you talked about, well, I didn't like because all those people in his comments were saying bad things about this woman. Well, you let all those people in yours say bad things about me. You had no problem doing it.
My question to you, Tommy Sotomayor, because, and I understand the point that you're making. I do. I totally do. There's almost, like you said, over 1,000 comments of them, your people, slandering her. Did you ever say, hey, don't put those things in the comments? All I asked you is, would you donate? Because they were calling her crackheads. They were calling her,
ma'am.
All kinds of
things.
Ma'am,
I can explain that to you. I didn't read my comments. They weren't live. So unlike you and anyone else, if you heard what I said in that
Because
video,
in the live stream, they were saying those things too.
ma'am,
Can you pull up the live feed from that chat?
this isn't a live stream video. This was me putting up a video.
No. It was live.
Ma'am, I'm looking at it now. It was
Okay.
not a live. It was an upload because I was out of town. That's how I used to
Okay.
do them. That's why it was an upload.
Okay.
That's why
Okay.
there's so many comments.
I
It
apologize.
was
There
just an
must have
upload.
been another video then, because there was some live chats. People were saying things in the live
They've
stream.
said some things in this comment section. I'm seeing it. She even responded
Okay.
in this comment section. You're saying something, but I have the proof in front of me.
Okay, I understand. My apologies then. I got that
You
wrong.
don't understand. If I'm saying I have it, you were speculating, just like what y'all said in that video about what I said was completely wrong. Y'all tried to make it look like, and I believed it because I know, well, I do go off on motherfuckers. So I believed it until I played it. And I'm playing,
Right.
I'm like, this was actually some of the most subdued I've ever been. Some of the most subdued I've ever been. But I'm still supposed to be this guy who just needs to be taken down because he going off on black women. Ma'am, you blatantly told a lie with this woman. You knew what she said. You knew she was a fan. You kept that from your audience. But you asked me, why didn't I say anything to those people in the comment section? I didn't say anything to any of those people. And maybe if you had these kind of problems I have, which is 1,000 comments, which is you got a show to do that night, which you heard me say, you know what you might not do? Sit there and read all the comments that people write either. So
Okay.
they
And
wrote
that's
what they wanted to.
understandable.
I shouldn't be held to that. What I should be held to is what? When I have somebody that comes on my show, whether it's you or anybody else, I should be held to the lie I tell. I told not one lie on her in my video, not one. Did not slander her name, not once. And there's not a court in the world that would hold me liable to someone in my comment section calling her a crackhead. But it would be a court in the world that would hold you liable to the lie that you told on your video.
Which was what?
You
What was
sat
the lie
right
that I
there and
told?
had to,
'Cause I
excuse me,
haven't heard- I
my
haven't heard
audience,
that video
ma'am,
since last year
my
I did,
audience,
so I'm sorry.
my audience is a bunch of rich white lawyers who pay for me to down black folks. You sat right there, You didn't even question
did I
it.
make that statement? Because
Ma'am, listen to me.
I didn't want
Listen to me, ma'am. I said, you sat right there. This is how this is supposed to work. Listen to what I said. I said, she said what they were. Your response was, Now, ma'am, if somebody came on my show and said, Lovely the Great is a thief, and I responded, do you think that would make sense to me to do it if I don't know that that's a fact?
No, that would not make sense.
See, this shouldn't be very hard.
if
If you
it's
really were a
somebody
person
that
of
you
integrity,
respect and
if
you
you were a
trust-
person of integrity, first thing you would be listening to is, I did say a whole bunch of shit about that man and didn't know this man, all because I liked this woman. I agreed with whatever she said about him. And I even
That is
agreed.
true.
And
That
I
is true.
agreed
And
with
I'm willing
shit
to say that I can take accountability for
Not
what I
even
did.
finished.
Yes, I did
Not
agree
even
with
finished.
her.
And I agreed to shit that I knew was a lie because you knew she was a fan. You knew she was a supporter. So once she started saying only this listens to him, and then you sit up there and had a white bitch on your panel and let that bitch slander me. You then sit up there and allowed this woman to talk about my children.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you calling this lady a bitch, and I have a problem with that because she's not a bitch. There was a white woman. Well, she's not even white. She's actually, I think she's like Mexican or something.
Okay.
But you called
now,
her
why
a
you
bitch,
correcting
and I
me?
have a-
Now, why you correcting me? Okay, this Mexican woman, since you got a problem with that, you damn sure didn't have a problem with them talking about my damn daughters, did you?
Okay, let me say
No,
this.
not let me. You should have cut them off like you just cut me off on my own show, shouldn't you? Let's see if you got some integrity now. You should have cut them off like you cut me off. Should you not? Ma'am, simple question. Should you not? You cut me off on my own show. Should you not have cut them off when they talked about my children?
I did not know if any of that was true or not.
That my
was
children
my
were
first time
ugly?
hearing those things
That my
about
children
you.
were ugly? You didn't know if that was true or not?
No, because I've never seen your
Do you
children.
hear this woman? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your black women. This woman don't even have enough respect to say, I'm not, you're right. I shouldn't have let that woman call your children ugly if I'm not going to let you call a grown woman a bitch. Ain't that something?
Right. The question that you asked me, see, you're asking me a question and you're wanting me to answer it. And then you're saying I should answer this other way, which does not make sense. Because
No,
you
answered it the way you wanted to. You said
wanted
you
me
didn't
to
know if my
answer it
kids was
several
ugly or
different
not.
ways.
You answered it the way you wanted it to. You said, I didn't know if your kids was ugly or not, so I let her call your children ugly.
I didn't let anyone call anybody anything, okay? First of all, people have freedom of speech. They say what they're going to say.
So then next time I call a white woman a bitch, next time I call that woman a bitch, don't shut me, don't try to stop me then on my own damn show. That would be out of respect.
I don't
If you didn't stop them from calling my kids ugly, don't stop me from calling another woman a bitch.
Okay, and I agree. We can agree on that.
You sit up here listening to these grown people, and they don't even take accountability. And you wonder why I say something about black women. Nobody in their right mind would sit up here and try to justify letting a grown woman call somebody's kids ugly, but say, "Well, I don't know what they look like." So,
okay, Tommy, this is the thing, and this is the thing that you fail to realize. That live stream that you played this morning, this was your first time hearing it, and it's very fresh on your memory. However, I haven't heard it since January of last year when I did it. Okay,
but I told you what was said.
Because I've done several live streams since then.
But I told you what was said, ma'am, and I will play it back if you like.
I know you just told me. You just said.
As soon as you heard it, normal people, especially people who have children. Well, let me ask you a question, ma'am. An adult woman who, you have children, don't you?
Yes, I do.
When you heard me call this woman who's not you a bitch, you stopped me immediately.
Right.
When you heard me tell you that the grown woman who was your godmother of YouTube called my children a bitch, you didn't say, well, if that happened, I'm sorry. You know what you said?
Not what you said. You said she called them ugly.
Oh, excuse me. Call them ugly. Excuse me. I was just saying she called them ugly. You said it. Well, you didn't say, well, if that happened, I'm sorry.
If that happened, I apologize, Tommy.
I'm just asking you. You don't think that would have been the approach?
Now.
I'm asking you now, just a minute and 30 seconds ago, when I told you what was said, you said, no, I didn't stop her because I don't know if that was true or not.
Right. That was the truth, though. I did not stop her because I did not know if it was true or not.
So if it's true that in her mind that they're ugly, you're okay with her saying it?
If I felt like her kids were ugly, is that what you're saying?
That's what you said. You said you didn't know if it was true or not.
I didn't know if it was true or not.
So I'm saying.
I didn't.
So I'm asking, if in her mind my kids were ugly and you saw a picture and verified that they were ugly, you would have been okay with her saying it?
That's an opinion type question. If I say that somebody's ugly, they may be ugly to me, but they may not be ugly to you. Like you called us old, beat up women. They may be how you feel about us. I'm actually not old. I don't feel like I'm old, but you may feel like I'm old. I'm only 41 years old.
There you go,
However,
ladies.
the other lady that was on the panel, all of those ladies are older than me.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So beauty's in the eye of the beholder. However, I've never seen your kids, so I wouldn't say that your kids are ugly. I didn't say that your kids.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So I can't calling a woman being a bitch isn't in the eye of the beholder. A woman calling you names who you've never met, I don't have the right to talk about that woman and call her a bitch. A woman who I don't know, ma'am.
I did not say that.
No, you did, because
I was on. That I'm offended by that.
I don't care if you're offended by someone who said something to me. And that grown woman said something about me, ma'am. And if you had any kind of common sense, you would have said he can call her whatever he wants because she called him whatever she wanted. That's
Tommy,
what you would have said.
I agree. I totally agree.
But it's okay. So as long as so guys, this is black women's logic. As long as kids are ugly, women can sit around who have a problem with what I say about black women. Believe that you can call black children ugly.
After that, though, did you not hear that part?
No, what did you say after that?
I apologize for allowing the people that were on my panel to speak that way about your child.
I can play it back to you, and I want you to go back and listen to it after. No, I know, but I want you to do. Here's the reason I'm saying it though.
Because I'm apologizing.
Oh no, I know. No, the reason I'm saying it to you now is I want you to actually go back and listen to it. You found it funny and said, "Mm-hmm." Go back and listen to your own video. I'm gonna send you a link. No, yeah, I'm telling you. I made a point when I was talking to my audience. I said, I hate people like you and other YouTubers because y'all don't have a spine. When y'all don't like someone, y'all will let someone come on your panel and everything they say about that person, y'all will sit there and agree with it. You won't go and do any research. You'll just sit right there and go, Every piece of slander this woman said was she repeated what a troll said. You sat right there and never questioned it. Never.
Okay.
You didn't question one piece.
She
You go back and listen to
what
yourself.
the troll said? What troll? What are you talking about?
She was repeating everything that trolls say.
The trolls in my
I took
chat
a
at that
shower
time?
with I took a shower with my daughter at 8.
Oh, okay. I have no knowledge if that's true or not. So for me, all I did was gave them the ability to
If you
speak
didn't
their
know
mind
if it
on
was
how
true
they
or
felt
not, then
about
don't.
your video.
And what I said was, if you don't know what's true or not, and you're running your platform, what you need to do is say something simple as, well, I don't know if that's true. If you're going to say that, then you need to prove that. We're not here to
Right.
say that
I
stuff
agree.
because what your issue
totally
is
agree.
what this dude said about you. And I'm not going to let you sit on my show talking about other people's children because I wouldn't want anybody doing it to me. Ma'am, your problem is with him, not his children. But you couldn't do that because y'all so desperate for friends, y'all will let people say anything. You don't just stop and say, hold on, we're not doing that. I got some integrity on my platform is what you would say, but you don't. Y'all just sit there and be like, everything they say. And that's sad. Because now when you find out that the person, y'all done fell out, now you go right back to acting like, oh, what I said wasn't that bad now because y'all done fell out. Ain't it funny how that works?
No, I haven't heard that live, like I said, since a year and a couple months ago when I did it. Like I didn't go back and listen to it every day. So I don't know verbatim everything that was said on there. Okay. So please, and this is for everybody. Excuse me that I don't remember everything that I say. You're just hearing it. It's fresh on your mind. So you probably even took notes to remember everything.
Oh, no,
that
I
was
don't
said
take
that
notes.
you
I just
wanna
got a
say
good memory.
something about.
I don't take notes. I just got a good memory. And if I talk about somebody, that's why I said to you, think about what I did. As a man of integrity, look what I did. I spent the time, and you were right here in the back in the green screen, or in the green
Right.
room. I spent the whole time doing what?
Looking for your video.
Because I wanted to play it, and if it sounds bad and it makes me look bad, everybody had the right to hear it. I didn't want to hide it.
I totally understand. And I just want to say this, and I'm saying this publicly on your platform. I apologize for allowing them to come up and give the information that they gave about you and your character without me doing any due diligence, without me stopping them and saying, hey, that's slander. Hey, that's, hearsay. I apologize for that.
So after that, the girl continued on to say things that we just heard the video that were nowhere near, but y'all women just got together to cackle and talk all the kind of stuff about me. You call me all kind of Uncle Ruckuses. And it was strange, but I don't mind answering questions now. So what we'll do is let you get the floor. Explain to me why you believe I'm an Uncle Ruckus, why my audience is a whole bunch of white people who pay me to talk stuff about black folks. I'm Hoppin' Bob is what you said. I think that was another one you said.
I've never said that because I don't even know what that is.
The guy from, I'm sorry, you may not know what his name is. You said the guy from Life. The guy from the movie Life.
Oh, okay.
That's what you said. His name was Hopping Bob.
You talking about the guard?
Yes, his name is Hopping Bob, but I just,
Okay, I didn't
but
know
you
his
kept
name.
you didn't say his name. You kept saying the guy from. You said he just like that guy.
Okay.
Now you sit there
Now,
and as
I will address those concerns.
and
I
just
said.
remember, you were saying in that video, I was wrong for assuming stuff without talking to her. Yet if you listen back to my video, I didn't say one thing incorrect, not one. And I didn't even know at that time what she told you, which was, oh, it wasn't just a random break-in. Because if you heard my video, which I just heard it, I said, ma'am, I'm not. I said, ma'am, I'm not blaming you for someone breaking into your house. It happens. I said that in the video. But now I know what happened. I would have done my video completely different. Now that I know the man she married, who was a drug dealer, who was in jail for doing something wrong.
No, that's incorrect. He was not a drug dealer. He was a drug user. He was addicted to drugs.
Okay, excuse me. He was a drug user and he robbed enough drugs, I guess, from the kingpin that they came and killed her child. Was her child his child too?
Yes. And that's incorrect information as well. He did not rob them. What happened was, and I'll tell you, and hey, I don't know this to be.
Now I was about to say, wait a minute. We listened to her video, guys, did we not? And I can play this one back. She actually said,
and this is the thing.
She said out of her mouth, I'm just telling you, we heard her say she robbed him, or he robbed him.
Right.
I played that.
But what I'm about to say to you, Tommy, because like I said, right now I'm not even dealing with this lady. But however, she told the story several times on my panel, on another lady's panel, another guy's panel. And each time she told the story, it changed. So that's why at the time when I made that live about you, I was basing it off of what she said at that time.
I'm talking about now, though. I'm talking about now. We now know the truth, is all I said. I said we now know the truth.
We still don't know the truth.
Or we know, excuse me. We now know that what I said in that video, which was very tame, I was 100% right based upon the information I had. I was 100% right.
You were.
The home invasion ended up being your man who you laid up with, who you married, the drug addict, robbed the plug.
No, that's incorrect. He didn't rob anybody. What happened was there was a drug bust, and I guess they threw the drugs in a certain area, and he knew where it was, and he came back and got it later. That's what I was told.
Ma'am,
I may be wrong.
Why do you keep doing this when I'm telling you we just listened to a video where she said that, so stop saying something else.
I understand what
so
you're
don't say
saying,
something else. Don't tell me no then. Ma'am, don't tell me no again. I'm telling you what I heard from her mouth. Don't tell me no again.
You what I heard from her mouth.
I don't want to hear what you heard because I'm defending me.
I understand that.
So no, you don't, because you need to stop then. If I'm telling you what was said to me, stop.
Tommy, do you understand that? I'm not going against what you're saying.
So stop and let me finish.
You told me something different.
I get it. She told you something different. I don't care what she said to you. Do black women not understand? Jesus Christ. I said, I'm saying what she said, and you're just going to keep talking.
Whatever women, we all are women. Why do you have to say do black women?
Because I don't have this problem with anybody else sitting up there continuing to talk when someone says I'm not finished.
So we're too outspoken? Is that what you're saying?
Jesus Christ.
Like, I'm not upset. You are.
Yeah, because it wasn't your name that was slandered and called all kind of names. Of course, you wouldn't be upset.
Okay, so in your previous video, the one that you did this morning, was I slandered? Because I didn't watch it. I just came when somebody told me that they were like,
no, you weren't slandered, because unlike you, I didn't make up shit about you. How about that?
Okay, now let's get back to the facts. Because you asked me a question. Let me answer your question.
I didn't ask you a fucking question.
Yes,
I was still talking.
Why I called you Uncle Ruckus. Did you not ask me this?
I was still talking, ma'am. If you don't mind letting me do it.
Okay, go ahead, talk. I just wanted to answer the question before you forget the question that you asked me.
Motherfucker, you forgot what you said in your damn video.
I surely did, because it was over.
So then let me finish my damn point before I forget the damn point that I was trying to make. How about that?
Okay.
When people keep interrupting you, what happens?
But my name is Lovely. I've been calling you Tommy the whole time. In spite of you being irritated, I being irritated. I called you Tommy the whole time.
Ma'am.
Do you mind calling me Lovely?
Ma'am, I mind. I was treating you very respectfully. Stop cutting. The next time, let me run my show like you'd run yours. So when I say I'm not finished, because I wasn't disrespectful to you, I said I'm not finished. You kept repeating the same damn thing, which had nothing to do with my point. And I asked you nicely a few times, let me finish, ma'am. I get that she told you something different. Let me finish by what I heard.
Because what you were doing is basically trying to say that what you heard was factual. And what I was trying to explain to you is she's told.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to tell you by her own. Jesus Christ. Now she's trying to tell y'all what I was trying to get to instead of just letting me get to it.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
And this makes sense to a 41-year-old. I will jump to what I think you're trying to say instead of letting you say it yourself.
Okay.
But then again, calling people's kids ugly is okay for them, but calling a woman a bitch is wrong. What I was saying was simple. This woman, everything I said was correct in that video based upon the information that we knew. She then came back and made it worse than what I said. She claimed that the man had robbed the plug. And every time I got right there, what happened, ladies and gentlemen? Kept getting cut off. She claimed that the man robbed the plug, which if I knew that, I would have went in harder on her, because I would have now known that the reason her child is dead is directly because of her. See, ma'am, where I was going? It'd be nice to let people finish. I wasn't saying anything about you. And I kept saying, it's not about you, it's about her. Still kept talking though, because strong-willed is what that means, not hard-headed. But anyway, so that was the point. If I had known all the stuff she said in that video, I would have went harder, because it would have pissed me off to know that your child is dead because of straight decisions you made. And in the process, you're now asking for money for it. You're asking for people to pay you to help you find out something about a child that's dead because of the decisions you and another adult in your house made. And when you or anyone else heard the story, y'all should have been pissed at the woman. Because, ma'am, y'all did this to this innocent child. But instead, I'm the problem. Remember, I'm bad for the black community. I was a coon, not her drug dealing man. Y'all never called that nigga a coon. Y'all never called him Uncle Rucker. Excuse me, her drug using man. Now you're saying he's a user, but she said it different. So what if what you knew? None of that's bad. None of these killers, none of these drug dealers, none of these gangbangers. They had none of y'all vitriol. But me, for that video y'all heard today, they had that vitriol towards me. Now, ma'am, I'm going to now, that's why to lead up to the question. Now you can answer. Why was I called all this stuff again?
Okay. And I'm going to, if it's okay with you, let me just break down why I said it. I have to give a little background in order to do that. So
no problem. You got the floor now.
Okay. Now, and I'm going to say why I said what I said a few moments ago as well. Okay. When Queen Miko first told me the story of what allegedly happened to her daughter, it was completely different from what she told another YouTuber on their panel, a radio station on their panel, and then another YouTuber. She has changed the story so many times, but when she told it to me the first time on my panel, because I did an interview with her, she made it seem like it was just a home invasion. Her child got shot. She also got shot with a shotgun or whatever. So when they went to the hospital,
and her daughter's friend, which I didn't get that. So if her daughter,
someone else that was there living with her, got shot in the face and died immediately.
Okay, so it wasn't her daughter. It was. Does she have other kids? Because now you're helping me out on this. Does she have other kids?
She does have other kids. She had some sons that were there. They didn't get shot.
Oh, the 2-year-old. Well, what does she mean by her daughter's friend?
I don't know, because she later told me that it was just some girl that was living with them, and it was someone that was related to someone in jail who put the hit out on their house. Or
she's like a known liar then. Now she's a known liar. Not then you didn't know, right. But like now she's a known liar. I did not know. Back then I did not know that she was a liar and that she changed this story so many times. However, the story that she originally gave me is on my main channel, which my main channel, by the way, has been hacked, so I don't have access to. But if you type in her name on under Lovely the Great, you may find it. But anyways, when she originally was interviewed by me about what happened, her story was completely different from what she told to other people subsequently. However, when she first told me that she, on her own, reached out to you, emailed you because she was, a fan of yours or what have you. And then she called us. She called me and the other two ladies on Messenger. She said, "Hey, Tommy's about to do my story." She was thinking that you're about to do a story to help her. And then I was at the grocery store and I was like, okay, well, I'll check it out when I get out of the store. And by the time I came out, she was calling and she was crying and she was like, "Oh my God, they're talking about me really bad, blah, blah, blah." At this time, I did not know she was on drugs. I did not know the things that I know now about her. At that time, I just saw her as this woman who I adopted as my godmother. I had just recently lost my mom. But anyway. So me and my fans got slandered and we're right. Wow.
Well, as far as the crack part, I still don't know. I know she was on some pills and stuff like that. But at that time, I didn't know any of that. Okay. So I defended her. because I knew she was ill. She told me she had some illnesses that caused her to look the way she looked, illnesses that caused her face to be discolored and all these different things or whatever. And it was like they're picking on her and they don't even know what's, real about her. So she told me that on the live stream that your child was in a tub with you or something like that. I never did any due diligence. I apologize for that. I apologize wholeheartedly. I did not know that was going to be said. That was not said on the phone call. That was said for the first time of me hearing it on my panel. When I called you Uncle Ruckus, it was based off of, before that, I remember seeing a video where you were talking about Teresa Martin having 7 or 8 kids. And you were really dragging her as a black woman.
How does it make me a Uncle Ruckus for saying she has 7 or 8 kids if she has 7 or 8 kids? No, it wasn't
just because you said she had 7 or 8 kids. You were just like, black women need to do better. I mean, it was just like black women this, black women that. And it was just very derogatory towards black women because of what this woman did and what happened with her child. And I was like, well, all of us aren't like that. Some of us actually have, children around the same age as Kanika that have graduated high school, that are living in their own house, have their own cars, that are in college like mine. But I was feeling like you were being, you were targeting black women based off of what happened with her. And I felt some type of way. And that's why I called you the Uncle Ruckus. I'm telling you why. This is why. And then other than that, I had never heard anything else about you until I was on listening to King Rob back in the day. The guy that you ended up having arrested. But anyway, I was listening to him.
Hold on. Let's get it straight. Again, you told a lie.
Well, the issue that happened with you and King Rob, he ended up getting arrested for threatening you on your live stream.
No, he didn't. He even came out. He even came out and said on his own, "Stop saying Tommy got me arrested," because he didn't. So you just gonna still say it anyway, even though the man said it. Cool, you good. Just keep the lie up. Go ahead, baby. You got it.
I said the next time that I heard about you, I was listening to King Rob, and I was trying to tell you who King Rob is. In case you did not remember.
Ma'am, you could have simply said the man who came at you and made these videos threatening your daughter and ended up getting arrested, but it had nothing to do with you. Why would you say the man you got arrested for talking about your daughter?
That's what was said, was that you were the one that got him arrested.
Even though he had a video saying he didn't.
Right. I understand that, but at the time,
oh my God,
when I watched your videos,
do y'all hear this? The man said it didn't happen. I said it didn't happen, but she just gonna keep saying it anyway.
Because I was in Straight Drops chat when you came over. Do you remember seeing me and talking to me in Straight Drops chat?
I never said I got this man arrested.
Right, but they were.
What do you mean, right?
That's what I thought you did.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So even though he said it and I said it, it didn't matter because Straight Drop said it.
Sir, Tommy, calm down.
You, why don't you do something as simple as, if you were any kind of educated woman or had any kind of morals and integrity, if I said I didn't do it and he said it didn't happen, why would you say it anyway? Normal people say my bad. Normal people say my bad. Ma'am, I corrected you and all you had to do was say, oh, I didn't know. Y'all, this is insane, but I ain't supposed to talk about black women in general. This woman lies on me and says to me to calm down. She should be allowed to keep doing it.
You were not the person that had him arrested. I did not know that at that time.
But I just told you, and I wasn't even mean to you. Ma'am, I wasn't even mean to you. Soon as you said it.
Just told me. Keyword, you just told me. I did not know
the
that.
The key word isn't that I just told you. I was nice to you when I stopped you and said that is not true. I said I didn't do it. You kept right on reiterating it instead of saying like a normal person, oh, my bad, I didn't know.
My bad, I didn't know.
Jesus Christ, it's like pulling teeth.
Okay. Moving forward. Okay. The second time I heard of you was when King Rob was playing your videos and, speaking on how you're such a good YouTuber and how he follows you and he supports you. This was a long time ago. Okay. This was before that whole incident with him. Okay. I'm just going to call it an incident. Okay. It was before all of that. This was back when I followed him. Okay. Now, when I was hearing what you were saying on those videos, you were, like black women cause you to pull teeth, almost like what you just said to me. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like pulling teeth or whatever. You would say things like that about black women. So that's why I made that statement. Now, like I said, there's a lot of black women who have came in my comments since then, or black people who have spoke up and said, hey, he's not like that. He has black women in his chat. He has black men in his chat. He's not like that. He's not what you're thinking. I said, okay.
And on your show, do you remember? And let me ask you, I don't know if you remember. On your show, when there were black women coming into the comment section trying to defend me, do you remember what y'all said about those people?
No, I don't.
Do you think you spoke kindly of them?
I'm pretty sure I didn't, because I was upset. Remember, at the time, the lady that I was defending was my grandmother.
Hold on a minute. Let me get this Cornova out of me. Let me get this COVID out of me. You just said at the time you were upset, so that's why you spoke that way. Yet you're trying to tell me to calm down after I just heard what you said about me and continue to lie about me. So let me tell you what you might ought to do. The next time you lie on me or sit and do what it is you do, allow me and don't tell me to calm down when you couldn't calm your damn self down. How about that?
Right, and I admit that. And
now, like I just said, be fair, right? Tell me if what I just said wasn't fair. Don't tell me to calm down if I gotta listen to you right now lie on me when you were taking up for somebody else, not even something I did to you.
Right.
All right. So don't check me again. Go ahead.
You're correct, Tommy. I'm not here to argue with you.
No, I usually am. That's why I speak when I'm correct. See, unlike y'all, I don't go around and hold a gossip fest. I don't have any of those videos.
It wasn't intended.
No, it was. It was, ma'am, a gossip fest. Ma'am, it was.
That may have been what it became, but that's not what it was intended for.
Oh, Jesus
Like I
Christ.
said, I did go under your comment and
this?
ask you to come to the panel.
Okay, so I'm going to go and tell Al Capone, unlike you, Al Capone, I don't murder people on Valentine's Day. I'm not a mass murderer. Well, that's not what I went into the garage for. I'm sorry. Your intent made it. Your intent when you first went in made what I said incorrect. Your intent going into it was to say something nice. Well, ma'am, if it wasn't going to be a gossip fest, I listened to your video. We all listened to it from 0 to an hour and 30 seconds before you came on. 30 minutes. It started off a gossip fest, ma'am.
Okay.
Go back and listen to your own video. Before that woman even jumped on, you were gossiping about me.
Opinion.
What?
You're welcome to your opinion. If
I'm
you
not
call
welcome.
it a gossip fest,
Ma'am, if you say shit about me that's incorrect, what the fuck do you think it is? If you say things about me that's incorrect, what do you think it is? If you're reading what people write in the comment section, that is incorrect. But you're just reading it as if it's fact. What would you call that? I'm sorry, I'm not good with words. You tell me what you'd call it.
I called it an open panel discussion. That's what I called it.
Okay, so one of these days I'll have an open panel discussion about your daughter and you and your husband or whoever you're with.
Okay. Now, did you want me to continue answering your question? Because there was more to it. You asked me, why did I say...
No, you can go to it. You can finish. I'm just glad that we know that this is called an open panel discussion, just like it's called an opinion.
That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said you're entitled to your opinion. If you call it a gossip, whatever, I call it open panel discussion. That's what I say.
It's not gossip when you say things about someone you don't know that ends up not being true. That is not gossip. You are right, man.
Okay. And in the beginning of this live stream, did I not apologize for that?
Don't apologize to me anymore because you don't know what the fuck words means and it's irritating. You can't even admit that that is gossip. By definition, it is. And what's your opinion?
I said that's not what I call it. I called it open panel discussion.
What the fuck? You said that was my opinion.
And I also said that's your opinion. Because
it isn't an opinion. It's actually a fact. It is actually a fact. This is insane. Look up the fucking word, please.
Okay, Tommy, it was a gossip. What did you call it?
Jesus Christ, you were gossiping.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that, and I'll even add it to the tags. I'll say this is a gossiping fest or whatever you called it. I'm not here to argue with you.
No, you're just here to try to play semantics when you're even wrong on the semantics.
No, I'm not here
You
to
thought
play
it was
anything.
okay for a woman to sit up there, a grown-ass woman in her 90s, however old that motherfucker is. You thought it was normal for that woman to go after some children and say that they ugly.
No, I did not think it
You
was
did, because you
normal
didn't stop
for
her.
to
If you
do
didn't think it
that.
was normal, you would have said, hold on. If you thought it was, if you had any integrity, I keep going back to it. Once that woman told you I was a big fan, and now you just told me that the woman called you and was all excited because she was glad that I was doing it.
Right. She thought you were going to be promoting.
So when
or
I don't
helping
say
her.
what you like, I become retroactively. That would be like me sitting up here telling you how beautiful you are and how much I think that you are a wonderful person and all of this stuff. And I say this, and I've been with you for years. I used to make love to you, used to cook breakfast for you. And now that you told somebody that I beat you up, you a bitch, you a hoe, you ugly, you pussy stink, all because you told them exactly what happened to you. That's all you did. I think you'd want people to question that too. I think you would want people to say, you'd say, hold on a minute though. You were with this girl for 5 years. You love this girl. All she did was tell people what happened. You got angry that she told people the truth. And you went back and retroactively said, this person's a horrible person. Anybody that listens to them is a sellout too. But you didn't stop her one time and say, but you used to listen to him. If you had any integrity, you would have said that. Right then, you would have said, ma'am, you were excited about this man doing your story. You thought he was a good dude. You were a fan. Let's not overstate our case. If we believe he was wrong in what he did to you, that's fine. Making up shit now, we're not going to do that. See, that's how people come on my show. I don't allow you to make up shit about someone. I don't allow you to sit there and tell me that this used to be your wife for 5 years. Now you're going to sit up here and tell me she wasn't shit and you never got married, as if I'm not going to question that and say, no, you did say that y'all got married. But you did it. Because you had no problem selling your soul and integrity just to have a gossip fest. Because if you didn't, you would have told those people when they were calling those women out of their names for just saying, Tommy is not as bad as you say, you wouldn't have allowed them to cuss those women out and call them bitches. You didn't stop them from calling them bitches, but I couldn't call the woman who called me names a bitch. You don't see how hypocritical this is?
The woman that you called a bitch was the Mexican lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't heard that live.
But I did hear it. Remember what you said? So, it's fresh on my memory. She called me several names. Corny, lame, ugly. Oh, she let it all hang out. I was ugly. That's why I talk about black women, because I'm ugly.
And this was after she stayed up all night responding to all of the comments in your under your live.
So now the Mexican woman had every right to call me names too.
No, I'm not saying she had a right. I'm saying this.
Then why don't you be quiet? Why don't you be quiet? Don't talk for that woman. And don't justify somebody saying something to me, because I've been up all night. So justify what I've done then. I've been up all night. So I should be able to do and say what I want.
I'm not defending her.
Then why would you say it? Just be quiet. Just be quiet then, ma'am. Don't say it. Ma'am, don't say it. Don't tell me after, and this was after. There's no excuse for it. How you going to excuse somebody else for being up all night so they can say what they want to? But if I start calling you a bunch of bitches and hoes because I've been up all night, you ain't going to sit up here and say, well, he has been up all night.
You didn't understand what I was saying, so I'm not. It went over your head, so we're just gonna.
Yeah, it went over my head and wherever else you wanted to, but maybe you should stop cutting people off trying to make an answer for somebody else. They don't have the right to call me out of their name, out of my name. They don't. But if they do it, I have the right to call them back out of their name, and nobody should stand in. And I'm gonna sit up here, and that's what's wrong with a lot of y'all black women. Y'all will sit up there and watch somebody hit somebody, and when that person hit them back, you trying to jump in.
Only us black women do that?
Yeah, I don't see a bunch of other people doing it.
You don't see a bunch of other people.
That's right. So that's all I can go by, right? Ain't that what you did when you made your video? You went by one-sided, then got on your damn video talking about you don't like that I was one-sided. But only one of us was right, ma'am.
The only black women.
That's all I've seen. That's all I've seen, ma'am. Ma'am, that's all I've seen. That is all I've seen.
Okay. So
That's
but
all
that
I've
does
seen.
not make it factual.
Ma'am,
That's your
hold on.
opinion.
Just like your
That's your
dumbass video didn't
opinion.
make it factual either, but you put it up.
I
And you
didn't
ain't
hear
took
you
it
say
down
that.
once you realized it was lies. Have you? Nope.
I don't take any of my videos down.
So then let me say what the fuck I want to say. I don't give a fuck what you think.
I'm not stopping you from
So
saying
then don't tell me. When you ask me only black women do it, I said, unlike you, a factual statement. I said from what I see.
Okay.
That's right.
But
See
it
that?
was
See how that
still
works?
an
One of us knows
opinionated
English.
statement.
One of us
It was
understands
still an
English.
opinionated
One of us
statement,
understands
Tommy.
words. One of us understands how to put together a sentence and be very poignant when he does it. The other one doesn't. And the audience sees it. Everyone is watching. Everyone hears that I've been correct the entire time. Haven't said anything out of line. Haven't told one lie. Haven't even made some conjecture to slander you. Not one. Yet I'm supposed to listen to the woman who did it for a whole damn 3 hours.
Okay. Are you done? Can I speak now?
Yeah, you can speak.
Because I don't want to talk over you.
No, you can speak.
I'm going to respect your platform. I'm going to respect your panel.
I said you can speak.
Okay. I am. I'm speaking. If you don't mind, don't cut me off because I'm not saying what you want to hear. Like I said in the beginning,
I didn't cut you off because you didn't say what I wanted to hear.
apologize.
I cut you off because you said something incorrect.
Okay.
Say another lie, you'll get cut off again. Just like if I'm speaking, you should cut me off if I tell a lie.
Okay. Tommy, I apologized for allowing the ladies that were on my panel to defame your character, to bring up information that they could not prove to be true. I apologize for that. I did that in the beginning of the live stream. I understand you're frustrated. I understand you're pissed off. I understand that you just saw this video a year and 2 months later after I did it because somebody pointed it out to you.
No, I would be less offended because as I
that.
started the show, I was being nice. I'd be less offended if the person who does something wrong says it. That's all. I got offended when the person kept trying to justify it or say that it wasn't wrong. Go back and listen to it after the show. You will see every time in which I got offended. It was
Okay.
when you were
What
doing
I'm
these.
saying
You
is
can let your
I
husband listen to it
apologize
and tell him
for
how
my
he feel.
parts. I apologize for my parts.
But go ahead. You want to continue to explain why Uncle Ruckus was a title I, in your opinion at that time, had earned.
Right.
I said, go ahead and finish.
I've already explained it. I told you why.
Well, you were saying, when I cut you off last time, you were
talking.
talking about how you had went to King Rob's video, and you were saying that that was the same guy that I had put in jail, and you were saying in King Rob's video when he was first he was supporting me. Apparently, he had said something else that made you think that I was an Uncle Ruckus. That's where we stopped at. Because you said when I was listening to him, when I was a fan of his, at first it was this, and then something else happened that was to bolster your argument of me being an Uncle Ruckus.
Right. He was playing several videos. I don't remember which ones. I don't, but you were just saying some very derogatory things about Black women as if we're the only ones that have those issues that you were bringing up. So that's why I based that on.
Okay. Now, let me ask you, have you made any more? Did you ever make any other videos before or after that? About me?
You?
Yes, ma'am.
No. However, it was mentioned. I have mentioned you in a subsequent video where I was talking to or about Queen Miko. And I did say that, first of all, because she tried to lie and say that I told her to reach out to you. And I said, bullshit, because I don't even follow him. Okay. So that was one thing that I addressed. And I said, okay, so now I'm seeing she just lies. Okay. She said that you had your people go over there and flag her GoFundMe. About 30,000 people went over there and flagged it or whatever. And she also said on her video that I'm the one that set up the GoFundMe and had the money. And I'm like, okay, this is another lie. So I have addressed several things about that, but I didn't put you in the title. I didn't put you in the tags or anything thereof. I was addressing her.
But she's so stupid, you can see it, and it was not taken down. It was deactivated by her.
I don't even know what happened with it because, like I said, she lied and said I am the one who made the damn GoFundMe, which was a lie. Because while I was interviewing her she was making the damn GoFundMe then on my live, and you can hear her saying she's making it right now.
No,
but I mean,
so
a
hold
lot
on.
of things.
While you're
have
saying this,
changed,
let me show you something on the screen. Let me show you something on the screen. See, I'm good at what I do. This is the difference between me and y'all. That's why I'm bigger than y'all. Check this out. See, I don't have to make guesses and lies. See what it says right there? What does it say happened, ladies and gentlemen? Deactivated. If they had taken it down, it wouldn't exist.
Right.
She deactivated it herself. So
Right.
if she told people that I flagged it down, that is yet another lie that's being told on Uncle Ruckus. But go ahead, man.
So yeah. So I did subsequently bring up the issue, and yesterday someone commented on that video, and they were like, do you still feel this way about him? He doesn't hate black women. And do you want to talk to him? I was like, no, this is like an old lie from over a year ago. I don't even feel that way about him. I don't even watch him still, but I don't feel certain ways about him. It was all based on the little stuff that I observed about him, and then the stuff that was told to me about him. And that's what I was basically saying. No, I don't need to talk to him now. This is over a year ago.
So hold on. You said that you told them I don't feel that way about him anymore?
No, I didn't tell them that. I said, let me go back and look at it.
No, I can tell you what you said. You said, did you see the date of this video? It's very old. No, I would not like to speak with him now. LOL.
Right. That's exactly what I said. And then I asked them, and she was like, do you still feel this way or something like that? I can't remember. And then I was like, where did you get this from?
Like, he said, okay, then for the record, he doesn't hate black women, dear. And,
right, I saw that. And did you see me put a heart on that?
You did that, and the one where they said, here's the posted of the link. Then they said, I'm listening to the video. Do you still feel that way about him today? You never answered, nor did you like that one or anything. There's no answer.
Hold on, I'm looking at it. I see. Well, okay, then for the record, he doesn't hate black women. And I put a heart. Do you see that?
No, ma'am. Did you hear what I just said? I know the audience did. Would you like me to repeat it?
Repeat it, please, because I can only see so much.
Okay, you said, she asked you, do you feel this way about him? And you said that you answered. And I said, well, no, you didn't. And I said, no, you didn't.
I don't see that.
Okay. Okay, look on the screen. Look on the screen. Okay, dear, look on the screen. See that?
That's not, but what I'm saying is not on my video where I can see it.
Okay, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter that you can't see it. You see it now.
Okay, I see it now. And no, I do not still feel that same way about him.
I'm only pointing out that not only was it there, but she responded, as you can see right there, and there was no like of it. There was no heart on it. And all she was asking was, do you feel the same way about him today?
And that's what I just answered. I said, no, I don't feel the same way. However, I didn't see that message. It's not on mine. It's not on my phone. I'm looking at my phone right now.
Hold on. If you said you didn't see it, how did you just reference it before I pulled it up?
I just referenced it because I referenced the whole thread. But on my end, all I see is 20 hours ago what was said to me. And there was that statement that you just showed is not showing up. I can show you.
No, ma'am. You can say it's not showing up now, but you referenced it before I pulled it up.
I did not reference it other than you saying it. You read it to me.
I didn't say. Audience.
You asked
audience
me about
is watching.
It.
Audience. Did I say it or did she say? They asked me over there, and somebody asked me in the comment section, said, do you still feel the same way about him today? And I said, no. Did she say it or did I say it? Everyone's saying you said it.
Okay. Well, if I said it, I don't know. But on my end, in my YouTube thing, I can't see that comment.
That's not relevant.
I do remember the conversation because I was like, why is this lady
That's what I'm saying. It's not relevant to say I can't see it now if you referenced it.
No, I mean, I can't see it at all. I didn't take her. I could have deleted
the young lady in the comment section said she deleted the woman in the comment section said she then deleted it. So that's why you can't see it, but you referenced it because you had already seen it.
Well, maybe I did see it, but it's not here now, so I don't even remember it. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, it's not there.
Okay, can you stop for just a second? I'll talk to the audience since you don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like a person telling you, last night I was at the club and I sent you a text from the club. You say, oh shit, you were at the club? Well, I can't see the text now. Yeah, but you said you were at the club. Yeah, but I can't see the text now. Well, I'm not asking you about that because you've already said that it happened. So why are we talking about you can't see it now? She doesn't get that.
What I'm saying is it might have came up in my notifications, right?
It doesn't matter that you didn't see it. I'm saying you already stated that it existed. You already know it existed. You saw it, and not at any point in time when you saw it did you respond or like the comment. You just
right. I did not respond or like it because whatever I was doing, I was not in a position to go in.
I get it, but that's all I said. That was it. There's no reason for you to keep saying, I don't see it now. You already saw it. And you were stating that, did you see that I liked the comment that she said? I said, actually, you didn't like that one.
Right. I understand. Is that person, you said that person is in the chat right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you ask her why she took it down?
Miss Betty Boop, tell her why you took it down. Or that was her on the line. I was about to bring her in.
Okay. I see in the private chat, she said Betty deleted it.
Unless that was her. Betty Boop deleted. Come on, Tommy. The person saying Betty Boop deleted, but I have it right here. See, I didn't reset my screen. I keep everything up just in case people will take things down, including the videos. When all of y'all are asking, why do I have all these tabs open? Do y'all guys understand now why when I do my stuff, I have all these tabs open? I have tabs open because there are things people say that they'll delete. I have tabs open because there's videos that they'll put up and then they'll take down and act like they didn't happen. So I will always have these tabs open that I think are relevant, even though it slows my computer down. I have them up. So just in case, like she deleted that, but I still have it. So I know if there was a response ever done to it because I still have it. Right. Just like my emails. I don't delete shit you email me.
You said you don't delete any of your emails. Are you able to find that email that was sent to you about the story originally?
I don't think it was sent to me about the story. It was put on Facebook. It was. Now she may have sent one, and I can go look for it, and then it'll probably show you that I didn't open it. Let me see. What is her? Let me see if I can look up. Maybe. Do you know what her email is?
No.
And what's her YouTube name? Queen something?
Queen Miko Truth Seeker.
Meeko. Queen Miko. No, I don't see anything from her, so that's not her email. Let me see. How do you spell her real name? M-E-K.
Her real name is K-I-M.
Okay.
It may have two M's, I-E-K-O.
Nope. I don't have any emails from her. But I don't know what her email is because, us as black folks, she might have an email address was completely different, just like mine. Mine doesn't have my name in it at all.
Right. Okay. But yeah, the thing is, like I said, it might have came up and I might have saw it, but I just didn't, at that time, didn't have time to respond to it. And that's probably because yesterday was the anniversary of my mother's passing. So I was dealing with some other things and some things going on with my son at his job. I don't know if you even glanced through my videos or whatever. So that's what was going on with me yesterday. I do remember responding to her a couple times. Like I said, I asked her, do she mind sharing with me where she saw the link? Because she said somebody posted a link about this video and that's how she found it. Again, I liked and put the little heart on all of her comments that I saw there. I put the heart on there. So I was not saying that I feel that way, about you. She said, for the record, he doesn't hate black women. I liked it and I put a heart on it. Okay. Like I said, since all of that, when I made this live, a lot of things changed. And I did have a conversation with you. You just don't remember it. I had a conversation with you several times in Straight Drops chat. And that's when I saw that you weren't what was being said about you on my
Well, I don't know what conversation would have been even had there because that dude is, he spent his whole time doing the same thing that all y'all do. We get mad and then now let's try to take him down. I think that's just completely odd that a bunch of people who are trying to do this for a living try to take somebody else's living. A bunch of people would call somebody else an Uncle Ruckus when it's black folks that's up there trying to take down another black person because of simply not liking his opinion. But when they do their videos, like when you do yours, you like to be able to give your opinion, don't you?
Right.
But you told me I need to study my opinion. I need to make sure that I have the right answers. Yet in this situation alone, we know I was 100% right on everything I said. But I got called out of my name.
That you had, you was. And that video that you played of hers in your previous video, I had never even saw it. I didn't even know she had a son that died. I only knew about the daughter.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But you were agreeing with her.
So when she was saying, he said, my son, I thought she was saying it like he was saying, like you were saying that the son is the one that was killed in the home invasion. So that's why I was like, no, it was actually her daughter.
But you know what the problem with that is? But you know what the problem with that is? See, you did your video 2 days after I did mine.
Right.
To be fair to your audience, what should you have done?
You talking about since then?
No, on that day, because it was only 2 days, so it was fresh in your mind. So you made a bunch of mistakes. You told a bunch of lies and allowed a bunch of lies to be told only 2 days after you seen a video. Well, no, 2 days after I posted it. I don't know if it was 2 days. I don't know if you saw it immediately. Wouldn't have made any sense that you saw it immediately. So within those 2 days, though, between I posted it and you did a rebuttal, there's a problem. You had an audience who didn't see a video. What should you have done before you went off?
I probably should have live streamed the video and played it.
Yep. And it would have caused you a lot of grief, wouldn't it?
Right.
Or maybe you should have remembered what I said in my video. Maybe you should have taken notes, what I said in my video. But then let's just be honest. You weren't going to be fair to me because that was your friend. Because you knew your friend was lying and you allowed your friend to lie because it was your friend. Which is the problem with black folks. We will sit up here and allow our friend to lie on somebody and slander somebody because we cool with them. And all y'all YouTube black women do this. Y'all will then turn around and fall out with that person and agree with the other person who was talking about him in the first place. No integrity. Okay.
To answer what you just said, back then, I didn't play your video because I didn't used to play anybody's videos back then, like on live that are YouTubers, because I was afraid of copyright. But however, back then, I did not know the things that she was saying about whatever's supposed to happen to with your kid and all that stuff. I didn't know if it was true or not.
No, I'm talking about what she said about her own. No, not that. I'm saying she said that I got it wrong. I said that she had a son that died. If you had played my video back, you would have heard her own voice say that her son died.
Correct.
You would have heard it. If you had, but you had just watched it. So again, y'all have no journalistic.
I did hear what she said her son in your video. I heard her say that, but she wasn't saying he died in that incident. She wasn't.
And nor did I. Wait a minute. Nor did I say it. I said I said in my own video, this woman had a son that was killed 3 years later, that died 3 years later. I said it in my own video.
Right.
I just repeated what she said.
Right. You're correct.
If you'd have played it, you'd have heard it. Or if you'd have just remembered it. Just like how I remembered what videos I played. I don't misquote people like that. And I damn sure aren't going to let somebody else come misquote them. That's not fair. So even if I don't like you, and even if it's my friend, just like I've had the dude come on and he was trying to talk about this girl that I didn't like, he was her boyfriend, and I let him come on. But when he started saying shit that didn't make sense, audience, tell them if I didn't correct him. I didn't let him run on off and talk about that girl. I can't remember what her name is. The chick who boyfriend was homeless and walking around the street and interviewed with me. When he started saying shit about her and saying things that weren't untrue or that weren't true or that I couldn't verify, I called him on it. Even though I don't like that woman, I was not going to let that person come on there and act a fool and just lie. And I don't let anyone do it. No one has seen a show of me disliking someone else. So I let that other person come on and just stand and I'm like, yeah. Like I'm waiting on a Scooby snack. But y'all do that because y'all don't care about integrity. None of y'all do. Because if you cared about integrity, y'all wouldn't have so many shows where y'all have to later turn around and say, I don't like that person. I found out they're a liar too. You wouldn't. You don't have me defending these liars. I don't have to go back like that. Y'all don't have me doing that. If the person lie to you, they'll lie to me. So I don't have to sit there and defend them. I know they're a liar. You defended a liar that you knew was a lie, and you helped the liar tell a lie because you knew the liar had been a fan of mine. You knew the liar liked me. So as soon as the liar started talking about no black folks like him, and the only black folks who do are sellouts, but it ain't none but white people that's over there, the black women is stupid for liking him, you would have said, well, ma'am, then you're stupid because you did say you liked him. Y'all could have laughed it off if that's your friend, but for some reason, y'all don't believe that you can correct your friend, which is a problem in the black community. So if you wonder why I talk about black women like that, you have a friend that you knew was lying, but in order to keep that friend, you went along with that lie. Now think about how many other people do that. And I bet you've had some black people do it to you, to where they knew that person was lying on you, but because they had a problem with you, they sat there and laughed and giggled. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Don't you think
I'm
this would be
owning up
something
to
that
my
No.
I'm taking accountability to what I
I'm saying, but
did.
don't you think this would be something that we should work on? Like, if you could call out your friend, I bet things would change. But when you allow your friend to lie just because you don't like someone else, usually whatever I do to someone else, what advice would you give to the woman who cheated on, who knew I was married and she fucked me to get me? What advice would you give her going forward in our relationship?
If you're with a woman that cheated on you,
No, I was married.
mm-hmm.
And this other woman fucked me while I was married, and I left my wife to be with her. What would you tell that woman as we start our relationship?
That 9 out of 10, the same thing that happened to, with the other lady is going to happen to you.
And ain't it ironic that the same lies she sat there and told on me, when you sat up there and knew she was lying, what did she end up doing to you?
Lying on me.
Yeah, because when you make it that easy for people to
like
lie.
I said, at that time, I didn't know they were lies because I didn't watch you back
No,
then.
you did know she was lying. Because once she told you that people don't listen to me and people are sellouts who listen to me, you could have easily told her, ma'am, the only reason you're mad at him is because he said something about you. You were a fan.
Right.
You should have immediately corrected this.
You're correct on that.
Just like you should have corrected her when she said that my kids are ugly. You should have said, ma'am, I got kids. And the last thing I'd ever want you to do is call mine ugly. That's not what we doing, man.
Oh, yeah. She has wished death on mine. She put curses on mine. So, but that's after that. Back then, she was acting like this.
No, ma'am. You didn't hear what I just said. No. I'm going back to what you said. The advice you'd give the woman who cheated to get me. If you would give that woman the advice that they'll do it to you, you're still proving my point. You let her say shit about my kid, but because it was your friend, you let it go. You never corrected it. But if you had corrected it, you might have saved yourself a little bit of pain because you would have saw that if she's willing to do it to me, who she used to be a fan of, then what will she do to you once she's no longer a fan of you?
Right. Exactly. I am in total agreement with what you just said.
So when people wonder why I speak the way I speak, it's funny that 10 years later, I'm still able to stand by every video I've made because it's right. Y'all jump back and forth, have friends, they ain't your friend no more, and all this kind of stuff. But everything I've stated on every one of these videos have been 100% correct. I stand by them. And if I fuck up, though, I will come back and say that is a problem. But my integrity keeps me out of these situations. If you have integrity, it will keep you out of these situations where you have to then look silly. But y'all don't think you look silly because none of y'all really give a shit if what you said was a lie yesterday. You just move on with something else. Just like her. You said, I don't take anything down, but you don't issue any apologies either. If I said something about somebody and it's incorrect, even if I leave it up, I will then issue an apology because it's not right. But if I slander someone, I'm taking that down. But I guess because I have something to lose and I actually think about that. If I slander you, I'm taking it down.
Okay. And this is the thing about me. And it may, everybody's entitled to the way they operate their channel. With me, if someone asked me to take down a video that I made about them, and I realized that I did, something wrong, whatever, I don't have a problem with taking it down if they ask me. majority of my videos stay up because they are a part of my testimony. And some people won't understand that. It's on a whole nother level. A lot of times when I realize I've said something incorrect or I've done something wrong to somebody, I will come back after realizing it and thinking about it. I will apologize. I will say, hey, this was wrong. The video that I made originally will still be up unless that person asks me to take it down.
But and the funny thing is, I'm not asking you to take it down. Because
there's been a lot of growth from when I made that video up until now. And like I said, when I came on the live stream, you were right. You had a right to be upset. You were slandered. You were defamed. I had no reason to do it other than this is my friend calling me crying, saying that 30-something thousand people went over there and flagged her GoFundMe because of the video that you made. Also, she was crying that people were calling her crackheads and all kinds of things like that in your comments. That made me make the video. I went over to your comment section. I said, hey, I'm about to do a live stream about you. I would love it if you can come over. You didn't see it. You didn't come over. You were out, like you said, out of town doing a show or whatever. You weren't even looking at your comments.
Because I can't. Because back then I would get
because I was hoping that you would see it.
Because back then I would get so many views per video. I would be a fool if I would sit there and try to read those people's comments. That's why you can go in my comment and say, call me crispy, call me ugly, call me stupid. Because unlike everyone else who sits up there in these smaller channels, y'all go through there and delete anything bad that people say about you. When the smart thing is leave it all up, because all of the comments make you look bigger if you can get a bunch of comments. But y'all are so sensitive, y'all will start deleting the comments of people saying bad things about you. If you're starting out, you need as many comments as you can. You leave them.
Right. So yeah, Tommy, would you like me to remove the video?
No, ma'am. But because I always tell people this: what you say looks bad on you, not me.
Right.
So I don't mind.
And I understand that. I agree. I agree. And like I said, there have been subsequent videos, but they don't have your name in the title. They actually have her name in the title, where I did address all of that. Mm-hmm. And I did say, well, hey, you know, the stuff that you were saying about this man, where's the proof? You know what I'm saying? So, but you'd have to go through a crap load of videos to find it. And I don't know which ones. There's a crap load of videos that I made about her.
And so you have to understand, the reason I speak this way about black women is you did what a lot of people, you said you're 41 years old. Do you remember a show called The Steve Harvey Show where Steve Harvey was like a music teacher?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember the black kid on there that was Hispanic? His name was Santana?
I may not know him by his name, but I remember the people in the show. Santana
was killed. And you know why he was killed? Because a black girl went and told her friends that he raped her. He hadn't, but they shot and killed him. A young black actor, dead in the streets. The reason I talk about black women is because a lot of black women do this. I had a black cousin. My black cousin decided to go and tell me and my brother and my cousins that her boyfriend was beating her up. So we went and beat him up. Within a few weeks, she was right back with him and brought him to the house on Thanksgiving and told us we need to respect her decision-making. And from that day forward, I said, I will never step in between you. If a black woman's getting her ass beat, if it's not my daughter, I will never step in. I don't give a shit. And I openly say it because I believe the majority of you are liars, that you will lie to get your way. Now, after saying this, understand what this woman did. Because she was upset with me, guess what she did? She went to you and lied to get you on her side. And you jumped out of the window, as they say, for a woman who lied to get you to do it. You allowed that woman to slander my children, call my children ugly, talk about my mama, help them out, talk about me, lie on me, sit up there and say I was taking showers with my daughter when she was 8. Y'all sit up there and just, ma'am, your platform. If we just wanted to sue, guess who I would sue? Maybe you don't know how this works. If someone comes on your stuff and you allow them to slander someone else, you know who gets sued? You.
I did not know that. Thank you for educating me on that.
Mm-hmm. You do. Because you're the one who disseminated it. You're the one who did not vet the individual or the information, because it would be your job to do so. And if you do not, or you don't challenge it, then it falls on you, because I can't sue the broke crackhead. I can only sue the one that I think got something. And that would be you. So when y'all bring people on your damn shows and y'all think it's cute, be careful. Because while y'all sitting there co-signing that person who says something and you go, you don't challenge it, you just let them do it, then it becomes your problem. But remember, she put you in a situation where you defended her, went off on a man who I didn't see it at that time. Now imagine if I had decided I wanted to just drag you every day after you did it. Since then, I didn't see it. Imagine what kind of crap you'd have to deal with. Imagine how a shit that we would have had in your comment section and your videos with thumbs down and flags and stuff like that. But I didn't, because I didn't see it. But you would have had to deal with all that shit, and she would have walked away from you, ma'am, while you had to deal with the fallout.
Right.
This happens way too much in the black community with our so-called queens. That woman had you, another woman, and another woman backing her up, and she was lying. Let that sink in.
Trust me, it's sunk in. I feel you. I understand, and I'm in total agreement with you. You're right. And we should be more susceptible to the things that the people that come on our panel say. We should stop them and be like, okay, hold up, wait a minute.
Less susceptible. Susceptible means that you know, it's kind of like you.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You're correct. We should be more. When we have people come on the panel, we should actually even give them a disclaimer. If you're going to say a statement about someone that you can't prove and you can't show us, proof that this is true or whatever, then you need to say alleged, or you just don't even need to say it at all.
Here's the best way to do: let a person stick to the subject. If the subject is I robbed you, don't let that person turn around and tell you, did you know he let so and so's son jack him off? You should say, well, hold on, you got proof of this? Somebody came on my show and it's this weird chick named Jazzy. They said her daddy is her baby's daddy. Her daddy had sex with her, and that's her kid's daddy. So basically the granddaddy and the daddy at the same time. I immediately stopped them and said, do you have proof of this? Well, no, it's just what they say. Then I said, well, I'm not going to go along with that.
I agree.
And I don't like Jazzy, but I'm not going to let you just start throwing shit out there. That's stupid. All you got to do is, if you want to have some integrity, be a little bit neutral in your interviews. Yes, you can have fun with that person and they say certain things and you be like, because they did so-and-so to me. You're not held to anything when they say that. When they say they did it to them, you're not held to anything because they're telling their story. You can't be held to that. When they start telling you they did something that they didn't witness, there's a problem there.
Okay.
That's all you got to look at it as. You can tell me everything that you want to tell me about your interaction with that person. Once you start going outside of your interaction with that person, I need some receipts.
Right.
Even when you give me your interaction with that person, if it sounds too slanderous, I'm going to need you to show me that. Like when she said, I am funded by white supremacy, and you agreed with it. Neither one of y'all have any receipts for that. Neither of you. Have you ever seen one receipt that would show you that I'm funded by white people?
No.
Yet y'all said it, and you agreed.
They said it, and I agreed.
Yeah, and that's where you got to stop doing that crap. There's no reason for it. If I'm a bad guy, you don't have to make up things, right? Like if you do something bad, should I have to make up things to make you look bad, or should I just repeat? I could just say what you did.
Right.
The worst thing is when people got to make up shit about you. It's because what they have isn't good enough. Because they wouldn't have to make up shit. And she ended up doing it to you, didn't she? She couldn't get enough people to dislike you, so she had to start making up shit, didn't she?
Correct.
She even said, from what we've heard, I heard from you, and maybe you can tell me, what happened to make y'all fall out?
Oh, that's a whole long story. But one of the lady that was just in your chat, I guess they timed her out, or they kept blocking her or whatever. there's a lady that's been stalking me and some more, my whole platform, my family, everybody. Well, anyway, this particular person caused us to fall out. In a nutshell.
So someone told me that one of the things that happened is you said she tried to sleep with your man.
No, that's
what I'm
not
saying.
true.
See, somebody wrote it and I said, did that happen?
No, that
I
didn't
asked, so
happen.
that's why I got you on here. And now I'd ask you. So where was this story coming from? Did she try to sleep with your man? You tried to sleep with hers?
Nobody tried to sleep with anyone's man.
So you see how things just keep getting made up? Now, a lot of people are saying you're lying.
I've never met her in person. I live in a whole different state from her.
Somebody said you stalked that lady too. They said she stalks that lady too.
That would probably be that lady that's saying it and coming in through it with a troll account.
Nikki says your caller stalked a lady for 3 years. Stalked a lady. What lady?
I haven't stalked anyone.
Have you talked about one woman a lot?
Me.
Have you talked about one woman a lot?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Have you talked about one woman a lot?
Yes, because she's talked about me a lot. Like her whole channel is dedicated to me. Like 4 of them.
Okay. So
yeah.
Right.
And that's the lady that I was just talking about that just came in here a little while ago, and I guess they blocked her or something. But yeah, it was because of her. A situation went down where I went on her panel to try to squash the beef that I had with her. And Queen Miko out of nowhere came into the chat and said I threw her under the bus because the people in her chat and the people and the lady had asked me, why did I do a certain thing about a live stream? And I told them Queen Miko challenged me to do it. And Queen Miko came into the chat and was like, oh, you just threw me under the bus. And she just started going off on me or whatever. And that's how we fell out. That's when we fell out.
So I can now then ask you again. Doesn't feel good to have people slander you like that and make videos and channels directly about you and saying shit about you that ain't true, does it?
No, it does not.
So if it doesn't feel good doing it, what should we do in the old proverb in the Bible?
Not do it.
Do unto others.
Don't do it to others, right? As you would want them to do to you.
And in the courts, they call them clean hands. Like you like to walk into the courtroom with clean hands where you're not a part of the crap. But most of y'all are a part of the crap. Now, I want to ask you something. I get that I'm an Uncle Ruckus and I understand it. So let me ask you this. I'm a bad guy and all I do is talk about black women. But the black women who I see on YouTube, all y'all do is talk about each other. Why is that?
Why is it that those are the ones that you see? Or why is it that the black women that
I
you
see
see
you
YouTube?
doing it. I see that woman doing it. I name all of y'all. Y'all all do it. Y'all sit around gossiping about each other. My question is why? If y'all had some solidarity, why is it that y'all have videos about each other, talking shit about each other, putting each other's real name out there, putting each other's address out there, trying to get each other's fired from their job, lying on each other, all kinds of stuff? Just curious. If I'm an Uncle Ruckus for what I was doing, and I'm going to agree, but what would you call y'all when y'all do this?
I don't know what I would call us when we do it. A lot of times I respond to stuff that's been done to me.
Other than when you talked about me when I had never said a word about you. Other than that, though.
So I said a lot of times. And then I also say, I'm going to also add that the video that I did about you or whatever, it was so that she could have a chance to speak on what happened or whatever. And then the other lady came up as well.
I feel you, but you didn't need to added stuff to say about me. Y'all didn't.
Right.
You did it because you wanted to. You did it because you wanted to.
I didn't really know anything about you other than the 2 instances that I told you about.
So my only point is, if you can then, you said you didn't know anything about me and you were able to call me all those names. So I'm just simply asking you, you know about what you've done to other women and what they've done to you and what you've seen them do online. If my behavior is called cooning, Uncle Ruckus, and Hoppin' Bob, what would y'all behavior be called if y'all are women who have no problems calling each other's kids ugly, who have no problems with putting up pictures of each other's children, who have no problems with putting up your kid's school address, your husband's work address, your husband picture? Y'all do some of the most disgusting things to each other. What would you call that?
I don't know. What would you call it, Tommy?
I
Tell
don't
me
know.
what
I'm wondering if you were able to come up with such eloquent words to call me and you didn't know me, what words would you call yourself? You do know yourself.
Well, I mean, when I'm doing those things, I'm defending myself. I'm giving that person
You weren't
what they
defending
gave
yourself
me.
when you spoke about me.
No. You said when I didn't put your address. I didn't do any of those things.
No, I'm
to
saying you weren't defending yourself when you spoke about me. So I'm not going to believe that I'm the only person you ever did that to, that you spoke out of turn. That sounds like a lie. You broke your own integrity to say something about a man you didn't know. I don't think that would make sense. You can try to sell it, but nobody would believe that.
The lie that I'm just explaining to you, the lie that I did about you was me giving her a chance to speak on what happened. Okay. Which is different.
But you could have given her a chance to speak on me without saying anything about me. You could have. You didn't have to say anything about me.
Repeat that?
I gave you a chance to speak about that woman and what happened between y'all. I didn't have to jump in and lie about her in order for you to do it.
Right.
The fact that you feel like that was a normal course of action, that, well, if my friend has a problem with somebody, I'm going to get on and talk shit about that person too. You actually don't need to do that.
I agree. Like I said, I'm not here to debate with you about it.
No, I'm saying, so
I
if you
agree
did it, I'm
with
just
what
saying,
you're
what would you
saying.
call the behavior if you were so eloquent enough to come up with all these words to describe me when you didn't know me? You do know you, and you do know other women who've done this behavior that you don't like to each other, black women, damaging black women. What would you call that? If a black person was trying to kill black people, to kill them because he didn't like them, what would you call that guy? You'd have a name for him. Y'all had a name for me. Well, if I'm black and my mama black, y'all said I shouldn't be able to say the things I say about black women because my mama black. That's what y'all said. So, your mama black, your mama black woman, you a black woman, and they are black women. Yet y'all are attacking each other. Because I don't see y'all going after white women.
So you're saying that, okay, that I should be called a self-hater too because I'm attacking someone of my own race.
Right, because I don't see any of y'all black women out there attacking any white women. I don't see any videos coming from them where y'all talking shit about white women, trying to get white people's kids taken away from them, trying to get white people's YouTube channel shut down, trying to get white people.
You must not have watched my channel because I have had videos about white women as well.
No. I said I don't see any videos of where y'all are putting out white women's information, trying to get their kids taken from them or get their channel shut down. Those were very specific because that's what y'all doing to each other.
Well, I didn't try to do that for any of the black women that I talked about.
You may have not tried to do it to them, but they tried to do it to you and each other.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So you're putting us all in like one big cluster or not.
And there should be a cry from black women to come out and say, why are we doing this to each other? If we're going to go after Tommy, the first people we should go after is ourselves because we go after each other worse than Tommy does. Tommy called us a bitch and a hair-hatted hooligan. The other girl tries to get my kids taken from me. The other girl put my real name on the internet. The other girl puts my address on the internet. The other girl tells lies on me. Which is worse? A dude saying he don't like black women, he's not interested in them. He think that they are mean and yell and cuss, or someone who specifically targets you and your family. Who's worse?
I think they're both bad.
I asked a simple question of which is worse. Me saying something in general that has nothing to do with you, or someone saying something specific that has everything to do with you. Because if I make a damn video saying,
it would personally be the one saying something specific about me.
A normal person would say that instead of trying to mitigate. A normal person would say that instead of trying to mitigate their answers because they don't want to be truthful and say, no, anybody trying to fuck up my life is my enemy, not someone who says they don't like me and they don't know me.
Exactly. You're right. I agree.
Yet y'all don't go after each other and the things that y'all are doing to fuck up each other's actual life. Y'all will get together, though, to talk about a man who says he don't like black women.
That's incorrect. I do go after people that try to fuck up my life.
No, I'm saying y'all don't get together. Pay attention to the words. I said y'all don't get together to stop it. Just like you call out what I do as coonery.
We do get together to stop it,
Just
Tommy.
like you
I don't
call
feel
out
like
what I
you
do
haven't
as
watched my
coonery
video.
in large numbers, y'all should call out what these people do as coonery in large numbers. Y'all should call these people sellouts, Aunt Ruckus, or whatever it is you call me for whatever it is I do. Just like y'all would do the same thing about drug dealers. I haven't seen one of y'all make a video and point out no drug dealers and lie on them. Not one.
I don't know any drug dealers. I don't associate with them, but
You
I
didn't know
have
me
made
and you don't
videos.
associate with
I'm
me
not
either,
talking
but
about
you don't
that
know it.
have
You don't know
this-
you don't know me and you don't associate with me. You do know what that girl was telling you about how her child died. Y'all could have spent that time going off on the people who killed her child, but you didn't.
I did go off on the people that could, well, what I believe to be the people that, but it was in a separate video. It wasn't in that video. This is not my only channel, Tommy. This is what you don't know. I have another channel that I interviewed her on about what happened with her child. And like I said, at the time, she told me a different story than what she told other people subsequently. So, but I didn't know that at that time. I didn't know that she changed the story all these different ways or whatever to suit her for whatever her purpose was. I didn't know that at that time. I was believing what she said. And she provided death certificate, all kinds of documentation that proved that her child was murdered and things of that nature. And she even sent me a picture of her ass that was shot off. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
literally. You know what I'm saying? So I had that to go off of only. I didn't have the name of the person that did the home invasion or what prison they were in, anything like that. I just had certain stuff.
That's my point. But see, that's my point. So you couldn't have went off on that person. My name got slandered directly.
No, I did.
No. Listen. Just like my name gets slandered directly, these drug dealers, these people who violate, their name need to be put out there too, but they don't.
Right.
There are no YouTubers who are putting out these drug dealers, and none of you black women are calling out these people who they know in their family have molested a kid. That would be really nice if one of you black women, because one of y'all knows somebody who's molested a kid, but I don't see any videos putting his face out there. It's telling you, here's his Facebook page. He hadn't been arrested. We know he did it. He did it to me when I was little. She did it to me when I was little. None of y'all do that. Y'all suffer in silence. Y'all will have people who've done shit wrong to you, to a cousin of yours, to a friend of yours, and none of y'all make YouTube videos putting them on blast. But you will make a YouTube video putting me on blast. You may not know a drug dealer, but if you're black enough, you know somebody who dealt some drugs. We all know somebody who dibbled and dabbled in that drug game, especially if we from the hood. But I don't call out none of those people.
Because I'm black doesn't mean I'm from the hood.
I didn't say you were. I said, that's why I said the words. I said specifically, I didn't say you were.
Oh, okay. Can you explain how black I have to be to know a drug dealer? You said if I'm black enough.
No, I said if you black enough, meaning that if you black, and because we're only 13% of the population, you may not know one directly. But if you've spent any time in a college, if you spend any time at a club, if you spend any time in it, you know one motherfucker that do drugs or have sold them.
Drugs or sell drugs? Okay.
You know one.
I want to make sure I understand what you're saying because it didn't. That part just went over my head.
So when you said it went over your head, I did answer it. I did give you more in-depth answer.
Thank you, because I'm 100% black. But there may be something else, but I don't know. Like my mom is black, my dad is black, so I'm black. I don't know as black as it's gonna get. But
I explained it. We don't have to stick on that. How you didn't know what I meant. I explained it. Now you know.
Okay, but yeah, I don't personally right now in this day. I don't know any drug dealers. I don't affiliate.
I didn't say personally right now in this day. Have you ever known one? Simple question.
Have I ever known one in life? Yes, I have known of someone that might sell drugs. I didn't interact with them, or I didn't,
Just like you didn't interact with me. The point is, you could call them out if you wanted to, but you don't. None of you do. This was simple. None of you do.
Right.
Nobody gets out and call them coons.
But I've already explained to you why I made the video.
No, it's not a why. What I'm saying is there has to be some integrity, and maybe if you just listen and understand, not why you did it. You were that angry because a friend said something that made you say it. Well, if you knew a friend who had been molested or raped, then you'd call out their molester or rapist. If you know a friend who's ever done drugs and probably overdosed, or you know of some people who've ever had drugs and something went wrong with their life, then you'd call out them, just like you did with that woman who you were trying to protect her because it was a friend. And you didn't care that she was lying. You helped propagate the lie. But because it was a friend, you were willing to do it. So be willing to do that with things that are actually detrimental in the black community, instead of a Negro who might not like black women because he think they ugly or he think they stupid. He has a right to his preference, even though that's not true. But if everything you thought about me was true, remember, I don't affect your life at all, do I?
Right. No, you don't.
That's the only point I'm trying to make.
And I understand that point. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well,
I have learned a lot from you today, Tommy.
Well, I hope so. I try to not, when people come on the show, I tell people I don't talk to people, I talk through them. The reason why I talk like this is because I want black women out there to understand. Do you see what kind of damage can be done by one black woman lying and putting the banner of "I'm a black woman, I need help"? That's a bad person over there, and everybody running to jump on that person to kill that person, and not even realizing or not even vetting what's being said to them. There's a young boy named Junior. This was a bunch of Puerto Ricans. Dominicans. There's a young boy named Junior up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
This girl said that this boy, he put out a video of him having sex with this girl. They got upset and wanted to kill him. Problem was, they killed the wrong boy.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They stabbed him, the wrong boy.
On camera.
This is sickening, where women can go and do these things to people. Women do this. They fuck up people's lives. And they do it and say, well, I didn't know. So when you wonder why I was being upset with you earlier, because sometimes when you fuck up, you just admit it. You don't try to explain it. You don't try to dance around words and say, well, I don't know if your kid ugly, so it's okay that she said it. As a 41-year-old woman, you know what you should have said? I don't give a fuck what I was thinking that day. Now that I'm hearing it back, that just sounds stupid.
It does. I agree. It does. Now that I'm hearing you tell me what I said and what I agreed to, or what I to, yeah, it does. And I have had a lot of growth since then.
Exactly. That's all I say. Listen, you can go back and find any kind of thing I've said. And I had somebody come and say, you said that. I was like, oh, my bad. I'm not going to argue with you about why I said it if I listen to it now today and realize it was wrong. It was wrong. We all get caught up in the moment and are not our best selves. But our life is not predicated on when we're not our best selves. But we better remember, sometimes on the day they catch you when you're not your best self, might be the only time they ever interact with you. So
Right.
it's hard to be your best self every day, but as my grandmother would say, present the best face possible, because you never know who's looking.
Right.
So anything you'd like to say, I'll let you end it.
Again, like I said, I do apologize. I did, allow people to come on the panel and defame your character and slander you without any proof whatsoever of the things that they were saying. And again, if you would like, I don't have no problem taking the live stream down.
Mm-hmm.
But you did say you don't care about that.
Yeah. I don't care.
$141. That's awesome. I did see that you had 2,000 in the last live. Can I get a little piece of that? No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But Tommy, I do have a question for you.
Yes, any other questions you have? I don't care if you like right now, whatever you were thinking, you can ask me. I'll answer it. Put me on the spot.
Okay. Have any of your channels ever been hacked?
Hacked meaning you can't get back in them?
Hack, yeah, you can't get back in them. They changed the name. They changed your profile picture. They started uploading tons of videos like every minute. And they also rerouted your AdSense check to them.
That's somebody you know. I've never had that happen because I do a lot of things wrong. I fuck these hoes raw. Shouldn't be doing that. I've sit up there and paid a bitch bills. Shouldn't have did that. But I don't let them have access to any of my shit. I don't even let a
Okay.
bitch get on my
No,
computer.
I
If I
didn't
see
give
you
them
get on my
access.
computer,
This
I'm
is
gonna
what
slap you in the
happened to
face.
me. My experience was I received a sponsorship inquiry through Gmail, and it was for a photo editing software. And they said they would give me, they were going to pay me, and we agreed on the amount for the video, and they were going to give me a login that I could use so that I can do the video. So when I downloaded the software, I went to their website. It looked legit.
Shit, they
It was
got you.
those situations.
Yeah, they got you. They got you.
Yeah, they got
That
me.
was
And this is on my
they
main
got
channel and
you
my food
good.
channel.
Never press those. I want all of you guys, if you're out there listening, any of these fucking foreign emails, don't press them. What you do is you give that person access. They use those links to get inside and get all of your shit. Never do it. I don't give a fuck. If people send you shit, don't click it.
Right.
They got you. That's all that is. So that ain't even somebody you know. That's just somebody who's just hacking and sending your shit. What you have to do is get in contact with Google and let them know that that's originally your channel and it's been hacked and your AdSense has been hacked.
Right. And that's what I've been doing for the last, because it happened on the 18th of this month. So every day I've been trying to get in touch with them. Oh my God, they changed my password. They changed the email address associated with my
Change
account.
everything.
They changed the phone number, the secret question.
Let me tell you what happened to me 2 weeks ago, and it made me cuss out my daughter, and I was wrong. I thought my daughter had did it because when they logged in, they changed everything to her profile, which was weird. And the people are telling me that it probably happened because she had an easy password to crack. Well, I let my daughters have their own password to the Netflix. Problem is, they put their own passwords in, and they were able to get into my Netflix. But they probably had some bullshit, and then somebody emailed one of them. Well, my oldest daughter knows not to open anybody's email. My oldest daughter wouldn't even open mine because I opened one. I text my daughter from one of my phones. I got 3 phones. She kept ignoring me.
Right.
And I said, why? I called her from my other phone and said, why'd you ignore me? She said, I told my mama somebody is over there texting me and I don't know who it is.
Oh, wow.
And so I give her credit. She didn't respond. She said, I told my mama, I don't know who this is. But the other one, I think she clicked it. Next thing I know, they had got inside of my Netflix, but they had done it to a lot of people's Netflix. They changed the name. They erased it. I didn't have a Netflix account, but I had to call Netflix and they got it back. So what you have to do is call Google and get it back.
Right. And that's been like the hardest part because you can't call Google. There's actually no real number for them. Yeah. And then I've spoken to several people through email, through the forums and stuff, and I get like a general copy and paste the answer back. I found some other YouTubers, some of them with 2 million subscribers, that this same exact thing happened to them. It all the way down to it being the photo editing software. Just everything was the same. Some of them, it took like over a month for them to get their channels back. And some of them, because they, of course, had a larger following than me, they tweeted and their people retweeted and they got a hold of Google faster. It's been like the most horrible experience because they're not, right now they're on autopilot. The whole, YouTube is on autopilot. They're not even manually looking at videos. And if enough people try to flag it or whatever, they're just taking videos down. They're not giving you a strike, but they're taking the videos down. And I guess because they want to make sure it doesn't violate or whatever. You're not getting a strike, but the videos are coming down. If enough people flag it for whatever reason. They can flag it and say you're being terroristic and you're not doing anything, but they're taking the videos down right now because they don't actually have people manually reviewing anything. And so it's just been like a process. It's like annoying. I was just wondering if you had ever experienced it or if you knew anybody that experienced it and what they did to get their channel back.
No, it's never happened to me. So I just and if you depend on YouTube and Google, they won't. I have a channel up right now called Tommy Sotomayor's Classics or Classic something. I can't access that channel. It just sits there and it's got a shit ton of subscribers and got a shit ton of views and I can't access it.
Is it your channel?
It's my channel. It's my channel. It's my videos. I can't touch it.
Why?
I don't know. When I try to log in on the back end of it, it won't let me in it. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of this shit happens with Google and they won't help you.
So yeah, you've been hacked then. If you can't get in there, that means the hacker changed all of your stuff.
No, they didn't change it. When I try to get in, when I know the password, when I get in, it says this account has been deleted. It says it's been deleted for violations, but I can see it. There are no new videos that come up there. Nobody's putting anything up there. It still has the same channel name, has the same videos. No more have been put up there. Every time I try to log in it, it tells me it's been deleted. So somehow it must have gotten deleted. They reinstated it, but I still can't get back into it now.
Wow, and there's like not really good customer support at all.
Nope, because they don't want to. This is free money. That's why they don't. I'm gonna tell you this. That's why they allow you black women and black men to sit online and threaten each other's lives, put out each other's real name, do all that stuff. The real Uncle Ruckus is us for giving them that, to giving them that. We get online every day and fuck with each other in real life. We get on every day and threaten each other's lives, put up each other's kids. That would be the real Uncle Ruckus. But then again, Uncle Ruckus just said he believed in separating from black folks because black folks do too much shit wrong. So was Uncle Ruckus really wrong? Because I don't think he was. Because if you look at the shit that's being done to y'all, white people aren't fucking with your life. Black people are. There are no white people out there trying to fuck with your life now, is it? Lovely. Is any white women out there trying to put pictures of your kids up or talk about your husband? Nope.
No, there aren't.
It's only black people. So if we want to talk about problems in the black community, we need to start with what we do to ourselves.
I agree.
Well, I agree. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, dear, for coming on to the show. It was heated, but it was a good show.
Yes, it was. And you taught me a lot. I learned a lot from you in this. How long we've been on here?
Probably about 2 hours. I'm pretty good at figuring that out. Yep.
Right. This 2 hour conversation. And I've never been on a panel of someone with such a large, following. So it was, it was a pleasure. And I apologize for the times that I kind of cut you off or whatever. Because it is your panel, you know what I'm saying? And in dialogue, and sometimes even other races, we can, get a little heated and we feel like we need to say something right then. It's just a natural reflex. And I do suffer anxiety and panic disorder and PTSD. So that kind of like gets in there too. Plus I have been very depressed. Yesterday, like I said, was the 2-year anniversary of my mom's passing. I also was dealing with some injustice that was done to my son. I don't know if you saw this live stream on my channel that I did yesterday. My son is an employee of McDonald's, and is it okay for me to speak on it for a second?
But I didn't see it. The only time I heard of you was with this video, so that's all I know.
Okay. What happened is my son is 21 years old. On the 15th of March, he was at work. I got a call from his boss, but it was on his phone, and she was saying that your son is up here coughing up blood. He has a bad headache. He's coughing really bad. He says his chest hurt. I need you to come take him to the hospital. They were scared that he might have coronavirus. So I went live and I live streamed the whole thing. I went, picked him up, took him to the hospital, got to the hospital. They wouldn't even let me come in there because they're only letting patients because of the coronavirus. And I understand that. So he went in there. I sat in the parking lot, talked to my people or whatever, waited. He came out. He said, they tested him for coronavirus. He did not have it. He only had an upper respiratory sinus infection, okay? They gave him a prescription for Flonase and Zyrtec. And I don't know if you're aware of that, but those are both sinus, allergy type medicines. Okay. And they gave him his discharge paper. Basically, he can go back to work next day. He called his job, which is McDonald's. He let them know, this is what I got. This is what they said, but the manager took him off the schedule for the whole week anyway. So he was off the schedule for the week of the 15th already. So they had him scheduled to come back on the 22nd, which was last Sunday. Okay. I brought him to work that morning. I brought him to work because when he left his car up there that day, his battery ended up going. There was a long situation with his battery. But anyway, I brought him to work, and which was like 3:00 in the morning. I brought him to work, dropped him off. And about an hour or so later, he called me and he says, they're making me go home. And I'm like, why? And he was like, I don't know. She wouldn't even look at my paper. I said, did you give her the paper? He said, yes. She wouldn't even look at it. She was like, get your paper. Like he's got rabies or something. She don't want to touch it. But anyway, a rumor got started. They sent him home and they were like, we have to wait for some paperwork from McDonald's to let you come back, which didn't make sense to me because he's sitting here with the paper, the discharge paper saying what was wrong with him. It's not contagious. So like, what is the issue? So every day from that day, he was texting him, trying to find out when can he come back to work, and they were giving him the runaround. So yesterday, my daughter texted me, and she's like, she's like, what's going on with my brother or whatever? It's a rumor going around the whole city that he has coronavirus. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, he doesn't have that. Why are they, you know, and it was like, it started at McDonald's or whatever, and you need to go check into it. So I called up there and I talked to the manager, and she said, yeah, I'm the one that sent him home. And I sent him home because we have to get some paperwork done and this and that. And we got to get released. We have to get medical, a copy of his medical records and all this other stuff. And I was like, he just has a sinus infection. And if you had looked at the paper, you would have saw that. And she was just like, well, this is what we got to do. And this and that or whatever. And then I said, can I speak to somebody over you? So she put the general manager on the phone. And she basically said the same stuff that she was saying. You're going to have to come and get this paper and go take it to the doctor and have them fill this out and this and that. So I went up there and I recorded this conversation. She came out to the parking lot because the inside of the restaurant is closed to regular people. She came out and a whole different story. She's like, oh, do you happen to have the discharge paper? I was like, yeah, it's right here. Oh, well, I'm gonna go in here and make a copy of it. And then she had him sign 2 papers, and then she was like, oh, he can come back to work tomorrow. I was like, well, if it was just that simple, why didn't they do that Sunday when he was here and he had this same paper? And she was like, I don't know. And I said, well, she was like, oh, I didn't even know he came here. The other lady didn't even tell her that he ever even came up there and that he worked the whole hour. None of that stuff. The other manager never even relayed that to the general manager. And then she was just like, I said, okay, so is he going to get paid for those days that he was sent home, 11 days of no work for something that he had that wasn't contagious, it wasn't coronavirus? She was like, oh, there's no paid sick days. Okay, what about vacation days? He's been working there for 2 years. He's never taken a vacation, and he's entitled to a paid week of vacation every year. And I'm going to check into it. I'll check into it. This is now. I said, can I have a copy of your handbook? She said she was going to download it on the computer. Then she comes back out and says, there's no handbook on the computer, on the internet. Basically, he got one when he was hired, which was not true. When he was hired, they told him that the handbook is online. It's like they don't even want to accommodate him.
Here's the thing: if this is a handbook that they have, then they all have it, so it should be easy to get access to it. Number 2, whatever your son was going through with this company, he's an adult, right?
He's 21.
Okay, so if he's an adult, I would assume that some of this stuff he's got to learn to be able to handle himself, especially
right. He was with me. He was with me when I went up there. He's a very, soft-spoken person. And he's very polite. He's not a person that's going to say to his manager, hey, I'm showing you my paper right here. Can you just look at it? He's just going to, be like, here's my paper. It says what's wrong with me. It says they discharged me. It says I can come back to work. He's a more quiet person, and nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times, people will kind of
ran over, yeah,
treat a certain way.
Yeah, the quiet people get ran over. So I agree with you on that, and it sucks. All I can say to you is there's not much you can do. In essence, you have to let him grow up, and he's got to be on his own. I want to apologize because I just got some information, some news that isn't too good. So I want to I'm going to say I want to thank you for coming by, and I gotta give an announcement to the people on my show though.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me on the panel.
Thank you, dear. You be well, and if integrity tells you that video is bad, take it down.
Okay.
If it doesn't, leave it.
And it does.
Okay. Well, I will talk back to you later. I got to give them an announcement that I didn't want to give them.
Okay. Much love to you and your platform. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Back on December the 24th, 2024. Back in December the 24th, 2018. A young man by the name of Devon Stram, I just call him Strayham, the man that you see right there on the screen. Devon Stram